Tarot, and happy anniversary to everyone. It has been, as of today, 2 years since I started the Dragon Tail Tarot channel. So I just want to jump on here and say thank you so much to everybody who has been part of the channel and has helped me out so much along the way of doing what I do here. So yeah, it's a great feeling to keep persevering and keep going on and getting that out there. So I'm gonna do just like a little collective reading to start us out and see. Hey there, David. I'm actually gonna do like a little collective read to start us out and see like what kind of energies come through as what you guys might want to see in the future, and all that kind of good stuff. Hey there, Krista. Yes, it's 2 years. I can't believe that. It's already been 2 years since I started the Dragon channel here. So thank you to everybody who has made this place what it is. Oh, I'm glad. I think we're all here for each other. And it's funny that my two Capricorns are the first in the chat. Who says, I am a Capricorn moon child. Baby, we've missed you so much. Oh my gosh. We love you so much. But I think soon Jacqueline's going to be able to be here more because she's getting some of her testing done. Like, she's been going to school, so she's getting ready to like complete that stuff, and so she'll be able to be here again pretty soon in the future because her evenings will free up more. And I hope that Moonchild will be able to join us again too, because we sure do miss you both. Hey, Corey Ann. Hey, sweethearts. Thank you so much. So I'm just on here for a little while, guys. I'm going to do a little collective read about the channel and maybe what you would like to see on it in the future, or maybe what I should focus on a little bit more. I'm going to just do a quick read on that. And then we're going to just open it up for anybody that wants a personal question answered. Aww. Oh, I'm so sorry, Moonchild. Yeah, we're going to open it up for the personal questions. And those are available with a $10 minimum donation. We've had a lot of people wanting them and requesting those kind of little readings. And so I've been jumping on, more frequently to do that. So if you're interested in that, I know last night it was very busy. We did Spirit Animal Sunday. I also did a bunch of personal questions after that. We were here for about 5 hours. We were here a long time last night. So I won't be able to stay on as long as that tonight. Yeah, make your fiery appearances, Moonchild. Absolutely. And so, yes, so tonight, yeah, for anybody that maybe missed it last night, because I know I had to turn people away, because I just didn't have enough energy to continue. Yeah, me too, David. Afterwards, I think I passed out too. I was like, ah. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start up with just a general collective read for myself and for the channel and for kind of all of you. We're going to just look at a little bit of what kind of what's coming through. What should we be focusing on in the coming dragon year ahead? What's looking good? What should be maybe focused on? Different reads I should do for the collective or generals, etc. So let's go ahead and sage the space, sage myself. Aries readings, they've been actually pretty good, they've been pretty good, and it's interesting actually. Aries and Libra have really been coming up so much, and it's interesting that actually the general reading that I did for love and relationships last Friday, like the two cards that came up at the center were Justice and the Emperor. So it was very like, there's been a lot of energy of like that Aries Libra dynamic coming up into the forefront of a lot of these reads that I've been doing lately. And I think that honestly, like the summer ahead is this huge emphasis, because when I did the summer solstice readings, you know how I always do the sign, the planet, and the house to see what the big focus will be for that season ahead, like the next 3 months. And, you know, the primary sign that came up was Libra. And of course, by proxy, you know, Aries, Libra balance. So to me, you know, it's all about those relationships that we have with others, and also the relationship that we cultivate with ourselves, because that's very much what Aries, the Aries Libra balance is so much about. Aries being that first house represented in the astrology wheel. And it's all about your identity, cultivating who you are, getting to know yourself really well. You know, the Aries motto is I am. And so it's all about self-actualizing and realizing and truly stepping into what makes you you, right? It's, you know, and so on, you know, as on the opposite, first and seventh sign being Libra, on the opposite end of Aries, there's always a lot in common between those opposite signs. And so, you know, Libra is all about the relationship you have with the other person. Hopefully, after kind of getting to know yourself a whole lot better and really like understanding what makes you tick, what you need, you're able to more fully integrate with someone else the way that Libra does, and to balance with somebody else's identity and personality. So it's, yeah, that's, I think, what's really coming up. The planet that came up for summer was Saturn. So lots of lessons, you know, in the dynamics of relationships, lots of solidifying of relationships or materialization of those things. And the house that it was in was the 12th house. So it was pretty exciting because we're clearing a lot of old debris, and a lot of old, you know, emotional baggage is getting cleansed and cleared out. Hey, Gwen. Yeah, Moonchild is here. Thank you, Gwen. Yeah. It's sort of an anniversary for all of us, because honestly, you know, I can't I can't have a channel without my folks. Yes, there is a new wrench wench in the house. Gwen got promoted. As Virgos are wont to do, you know, Virgos will get promoted. They do. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if Yuyi gets here on time. I'm certainly sure that she would love to see you. As would pretty much everyone in here, Moonchild. People have missed you greatly. They really have. They have missed you. We think about you all the time. Your humor is, you know, what is it? Humor par excellence. Yeah. My Ram, there she is. Yep. Keep on going. Keep on going, Aries. I'm telling you. Woo! Yeah, it's been a lot. I still have not started working on my July monthly overview readings. I hope I have energy and time to do them. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of work doing those. It is, because they're a longer read, and it takes a minute. It takes a minute to get those all done. And I've been doing more lives lately too, so you know, it's definitely one of them things. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do a little collective read about the channel, about, you know, what we should be kind of looking at and focusing on for the year ahead, as we're coming up to this 2-year marker here. And then if anybody is, you know, in the chat, wants a personal question, personal reading done on the spot, I have opened that up as well, and you can donate. It's a $10 minimum donation, and you can do that through the Super Chat or through the PayPal link below in the description box. So first we're going to do the collective read. Let's see what we've got. So Wow, guys, dear angels, archangels, guardians, ancestors, all our beings of light and guidance, thank you so much for being here with us and helping us all out and giving us encouragement and strength. Thank you so much to all the folks who have made the channel such a good place to be, and let's see what you have for us for the coming future, for me, for them, for what we should be focusing on in the channel and in our spiritual work throughout this coming year, please. Thank you so much. Nice. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. Reconciliations. And on the bottom, well-being. So look at this. Interesting energy, right? I think that that's kind of a focus. We may be working on a lot of readings about, I don't know, reconciling friends and lovers and loved ones and parents and all that kind of thing. And also, to me, well-being gets into a lot of different elements. I mean, that's the well-being of everything. The well-being of your soul, your heart, your physical body, your health. I love how, you know, in this, she's laying down on the Mother Earth, you know, really grounding herself. Very nice. I'm definitely gonna use this read as like a going back to sort of, I mean, in that, you know, too, it's like reconciling your health and well-being, you know, within yourself, right? It's like really healing yourself from the inside out. Reconciling old, you know, issues, differences. You know, to me, the energy of reconciliation also feels like forgiveness. And we know that forgiveness releases a lot of stress and tension, which does lead to greater well-being in our life. Oh, there's a beautiful song called Reconciliation. I think that was by the Scottish singer Dick Gaughan. I need to really look that up, but it makes me think of that song about embracing reconciliation. There's a time for fighting and there's a time for healing. And yeah, right. It's really beautiful. Amber, hey there, sweetheart. Good to see you. I'm just doing a little collective read for everyone, for me too, about the channel. This is a channel anniversary, so I'm just looking at themes and elements to focus on for the next year ahead, and what we'll be getting into a little bit more. Ah, my crew is showing up. The old crew is showing up. Krista, Amber, Moonchild. If Jacqueline gets here, it's gonna be on. If you're in Aries, you can heal while you fight. That's right. Yeah. Sometimes maybe fighting it out is healing for the Aries. All right, let's get our tarot on this and do Celtic Cross. Yeah, Jacqueline, get yourself in here. I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's see what we should focus on for the third year. The third year of the dragon. Oh my goodness. The third year of the Dragon Channel. Unbelievable. Hard to believe, guys. Nice. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So right in the center, we've got the Nine of Cups. There's that wish fulfillment, dreams and wishes and hopes coming true. So I feel like, you know, that to me is like things are going in a good direction. And it's like, just keep going, right? Whenever you get that Nine of Cups, it's like, keep going, keep working at it, keep connecting. You know, because that's really going to take you to that Ten of Cups. Very, very nice. Let's get a clarifier for this Nine of Cups. Dreams becoming reality. Wow. Yeah. Oh, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, I do feel that. And look at this, because Three of Cups is like such a good community. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. Oh my gosh. So there you go. I mean, that's how I definitely feel about the channel as it sits. It's like, people coming together, having a good time, kicking it up, supporting each other. That's a really great connection of cards. Past position is the Ace of Cups. So definitely, like, we're coming from a good place. We're coming from a really strong place. That's like a lot of gifts from spirit, a real strong connection with the divine. So it really feels good there too. And Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Page of Pentacles is on this twice. So I feel like, this was definitely like a new spiritual adventure. It really was, when I started the channel, that's for sure. And it's definitely been that work in progress. Yeah. Going into the future, Five of Pentacles. So I think that, like, this one resonates for me because that's that fear of being isolated, being cut off, being not included, things like that. Um, and I feel like, that's a nice heads up for me to kind of say, don't worry about that sort of stuff, Ariel, right? Don't worry if people unsubscribe. Don't worry if numbers fluctuate up and down. Don't worry about feeling like you're not enough or anything like that. So that to me is always one of those cards to kind of remind us, that if we're ever feeling lonesome, isolated, or left out in the cold, that we have the choice to change that perspective. And with Capricorns, we can be kind of like, oh, I'm so lonesome. We can fall into that really easily. So that's always an important thing for us to be aware of, is that it's about changing that perspective. Yes. And I think that, as we go into the future too, right, if there's any of that loneliness or nervous energy, it's like it's important to like get it out and speak and communicate and open up and share with each other. For me to share that with you guys, or you to share that with me, whatever those tough feelings might be, it's always better to let things air out. On the subconscious, what the focus is right here. Look at that moon. Look at that moon. And I do feel that that is, of course, the focus whenever you're doing spiritual work, psychic work, this kind of channel, right? You're really focusing on in the intuition. And the moon, of course, is also the Pisces energy. Pisces is really strong for me in my chart, I will say. So this to me is also like, that is kind of my focus, is really coming from that very intuitive place, listening to that, paying attention to the divine. And also sometimes, guys, I'll be totally honest, and I get it with this moon, because the moon can be sometimes a little confused. Sometimes I am a little confused, like, I don't know like what the best stuff for me to put out, the best content, the best way to approach it. So I think it's sort of like, you just got to feel your way through it. And I think that the moon is definitely part of that. So let's clarify. If we can clarify the moon, that's always good, because the moon's a little mystical, a little misty, a little foggy. I'm just a crazy psychic, right? That's not always the clearest. You can't always see the clearest ahead, right? Oh, but look at the star. Yeah, because I want to do the right thing. And there's my Aquarian side. I really want to give people like what they need, what's going to help them, and what's going to create a good balance of energy. Very strong Pisces and Aquarius, and those are two big signs in my chart. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm glad to see that, because that, that's a good representation of where I come from with the work that I do here. Is like, I really want to do what's good for everyone. I want to give them what they need. Aquarius is always like pouring out the help to others. On the top, crowning the spread is the Page of Pentacles again. So I feel like the message from Spirit in a lot of respects is that it's like you've already started something, you know, good, but keep going. Like there's more that can be done. There's more to come, because the Page of Pentacles, like I say, is my little adventure of the tarot. She's always ready to go, ready to take it to the next step. It's like she's already established, you know, some stuff, but it's ready to go to the next level. And you know what I think this also speaks of? The Page of Pentacles coming up twice, because this to me is also like, there she is, getting the education, reading the books. And so I do feel that's what's coming next for the channel, and I really, you know, is more education. Like I'm going to start a paid subscription service where I'm doing more focused and dedicated astrology and tarot classes for my members. And so that's, you know, that's really strong there, and that I think is like the next step is yeah, more teaching, more of that teacher student energy, because I really miss that. I used to teach a lot, and you know, I really do miss that. So that's something I'm looking forward to incorporating here soon. Let's get a clarifier for Page of Pentacles again. My goodness. Yeah, and I've been, oh my gosh, this is so hilarious. Because I do feel like I've kind of been maybe procrastinating a little bit on it, you know, like I haven't gotten it going yet. So this is like a kick in the butt for me from the Divine. They're like, Ariel, like, come on. Oh, you guys, I've been busy. I've been really busy. I've been busy with eBay. I've been busy with the channel stuff. I've been busy with my personal reads. But message well taken. Message taken and received. I definitely will get working on that very soon. It's like, don't procrastinate about it too much, goat. Just do it. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's get some extra advice on this. Wow. I'm exposing myself here. I really am. There's more moon energy. Oh yeah. There we go. Like the intuition stuff is really strong. Obviously, suggested approach, High Priestess. And yeah, that's very strong. It's like, yeah, I got the moon and I got the High Priestess in here. And it's really saying again, you know, meditate, turn within, be reflective, do what's right, you know, from within. This is a very, very strong intuitive personality. So there you go. Yeah, it talks about it developing the intuitive gifts, trusting the wisdom you receive. It's a more relaxed motion right now, because I feel like the High Priestess is a little bit more, you know, it's a more reflective energy, you know. So right at the moment, I feel like it's okay to just sort of chill for a minute, but I think things are going to speed up in the future. I get that feeling. Let me clarify the High Priestess here. Again, you know, she reminds me a little bit of that teaching energy. And I do. I know, like, that's a big part of my life is teaching. With my sun sign in my sun sign is the highest degree in my chart. When your sun sign is your highest degree in the chart, it really creates a teaching energy. And on top of that is the Six of Pentacles. So yes, definitely, I have to balance, because I do have a lot going on. And so again, it's that equal give and take, equal exchange, all that kind of thing. Reciprocated energy, right? You know, and that's something, you know, I really have to use my intuition on, you know, is that feeling of equal give and take. What we need to know, though, look at that, Six of Wands. So it's victorious. There's a lot of success in it. That definitely makes me feel good. Makes me feel like, you know, there will be more success to come. There will be probably, you know, numbers will grow and good things like that. And the things that we work on, you know, will continue to be very positive. Oh, yes. And this is something I really, Eight of Swords, I definitely struggle with that. And I have, over this last 2 years, is it's like, it's easy to feel like, what am I doing wrong? Or, I think a lot of YouTubers and channel people, they get into that fear of like, am I doing enough? Am I good enough? Da 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 da. I also think here, hopes and fears position is that Nine of Swords. There's that anxiety and stress. I definitely do have that. Like, it's like, and it's not most of the time I don't have that, but it's that feeling like, you want things to turn out well. You put a lot of effort and energy into it. And sometimes, like, when it's really slow or it's struggling, as it, sometimes has been off and on, there's certainly been like big periods of time with the channel where I've gone, is it worth continuing? Because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, and it's not always real clear if it's helping people or reaching people or not, right? So that's a thing. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Ooh, that one wanted to just flip right. Oh, yeah, because you want it to be good. There it is. Ten of Pentacles. That's what you want. Exactly. Like, you want it to be good and stable and successful, all those awesome things. And the outcome card is the Eight of Wands. So that is, again, a very strong card. It's a very strong traveling card. It's speed. It's like, that's why I feel like right now it might be a little sleepy, a little bit relaxed, but it's going to speed up. And really the challenge will be to keep up with the speed of it, right? Right? It's keeping up with the fast pace. Stress caused by a lot of positive opportunities, right? It's kind of like, it's good things on your plate, but it's a lot of things on your plate. So I really feel like, that's what I got to moderate as we go further, as we go outward. Because, the other thing about the Eight of Wands is it's a super strong card of communication, right? And that's what I do. I sit here and I talk. Makes sense to me. So let's get a clarifier, please, on Eight of Wands. I think, too, this is also a Sagittarius card, so it can really signify that maybe the channel's going to travel to more people. Maybe, people in other countries even, because Sagittarius is that very international kind of energy as well. So let's clarify him. Hierophant, yeah, because that's the message. There it is. There's the Taurus energy. And my Jupiter's in Taurus. Jupiter energy, Taurus energy. Very nice. So I do feel like, expansion is coming. It may continue to be kind of slow but steady. That's certainly what I have experienced already. It's like slow but steady growth on the channel. It feels good, though, because I feel like, I may not have like 100,000 subs, but all the people that are on here are very engaged. They're very tuned in and turned on. And that's really, to me, like, quality versus quantity is always a thing. Like, it's always a thing. But the Hierophant, right, this is deepening knowledge, deepening wisdom. We've got the High Priest and the High Priestess in this reading. So cool, right? This is like, spilling some knowledge, spilling some wisdom, putting some good stuff out there that's very solid, because, the Hierophant isn't just that energy of spiritual knowledge. It's also very stabilizing, because it's that earthy, energy. And again, it's an energy of devotion and commitment, right? So I feel very much committed to the future of the channel, very much committed to the future of my work and the communications here. So on the bottom, we had the Ace of Wands. So I feel like that could be some new energy, some fresh, new, vibrant vitality returning, and also the Queen of Cups. Woo, that's with Scorpio Queen. So I might be having to, and I've already had to do that a little bit, is kick out some of the ne'er-do-wells. I said it last night again to somebody. I said, I'm very protective of my channel and the members of my channel, because there's not enough nice, like, quote unquote safe spaces in the world where you can just be and not have weird, creepy crud going And so anytime I've had anyone be weird or creepy or just downright nasty to me or others, like, I'm not afraid. Roll up the sleeves and just boom, boom, you know? And that's that Queen of Cups. That's like, I think all of us too, like, we really do use our intuition. Like, we super use our intuition here to, like, know who to let in and who not to let in. And we are a bunch of fiery little dragons. We are. Look at that feisty fire. Look at that. Yeah, we are a bunch of little fire dragons in here. So, you know, I think this is a good read. The main thing that I see as a challenge for myself is worries, fears, etc. Oh, hey, Moonchild, thank you for thank you for that donation. She just wanted me to notice her. Very appreciated, sweetheart. You are hilarious. You are so friggin' funny. Oh, we miss you. Yeah. Exactly. That's right, David. I heard I can get your attention for 15 minutes. Focus. Focus, dragon. The dragon sees and appreciates. Your mods did not do a good job at explaining. Right? $10 minimum gets you a reading. Less than that just gets you attention. If you just want to get her attention, you can throw some change. Oh, y'all. Oh my goodness. Let's get a clarifier. Not a clarifier, but I'm gonna do from the magical. I love this deck, the Making Magic spell cards. Any kind of ritual energy or whatever I could do to just bring support to the channel and to everyone here. Just show me what that would be, y'all. Thank you so much always. Whoa! Whoa! I guess I gotta increase my magical powers. There we go. Magical powers. I weave and clear. I cast and know magic secrets to me now show. And we have that phoenix rising from the ashes. Holy cow. Look at that. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna take that to heart. There's actually a little book that goes with this deck, and it's going to tell us a little more about that ritual to increase magical and intuitive abilities. So this is pretty cool, right? This is actually like for, you know, for spiritual and intuitive work, it doesn't really get a whole lot better than that, right? Sometimes when we cast magic, we may be too caught up in the everyday to weave quite as much as enchantment as we could if we were more in touch with our magical side. This spell will help you to reconnect with your magical self, and your work will become more powerful, enjoyable, and enchanting as a result. If this spell has chosen you, the universe would like you to reconnect with your intuitive, instinctual, and mythical personality. Woo! Work this spell before performing any others, since without magical energy, it's difficult to weave true enchantment, to see the wonder of the moon, the glory of the sun, and the new beginning of the unfurling flowers. Wow. That is very cool. I will definitely get into this. You will need a purple candle. Okay. Oh, I do have a purple dress, as you should wear purple to do this spell too. I love purple. Okay. This is a really easy spell too. It is. You don't need a whole lot of ingredients and stuff. Absolutely going to be doing this one. And then I will use my magical powers for you. Hey, you know, I mean, that's what it is. It's to help y'all. It really is. It's like, if that's what's good, that's what's good. Yeah, purple goat power. Very cool. I'm excited. What did you read wrong? probationary period. I think that every time of the month for me is a probationary period. Yeah, David, I would have to say, yeah, my favorite colors, I really have always loved blue and purple. Super chats are for attention and PayPal is for readings. A little bit, kind of, because for sure, super chats will definitely get people's attention because they're flashy and they pop up right on your screen. Hey, Ms. Mayhem. I love that song. Yes. Season of the Witch. Do, 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 do. That's right. That's Joan Jett, I think. She was a Virgo with a Capricorn rising or something. She's like so Virgo goat. Hey, Phyllis. Oh, very nice. Yeah, well, purple, is the color of the crown chakra. It's that real high vibration color. So it is a very spiritually connected color for sure, right? It kind of goes through that spectrum. Like reds and oranges are more, earthy root chakra stabilizing kind of stuff. Whereas all the way up at the higher spectrum, those blues and purples are those more higher vibration. Yeah. So that's for sure on that. But yeah, I'm excited. And on the bottom was the Destiny spell. Yeah, I do feel like, it's interesting, but yeah, this kind of work is definitely a feeling of destiny. I've always had that in my life, from the time I was pretty young. I actually remember, people ask me that question kind of frequently, like what got you into this or what made you want to do it? And I think for me, astrology was the first thing that hit me. Astrology was definitely the first thing because when I remember I wasn't very old, maybe 7 or 8 years old, and I remember seeing like there was I had this birthday book my mom had gotten me, and there were all these different things about your birthday, right? It was all the different rituals and things about your birthday, but one of the pages, one of the parts of the book was the astrology signs. And it was the first time that I'd really seen astrology signs. And, my parents, growing up were very like religious, Bible, stuff. And so we didn't really get exposed to a lot of that because, let's face it, most people in the church think astrology and things like that are, evil. They, even though we know that's not true, and even though in the Bible, the Bible is full of astrology. The 3 wise men were astrologers. So I think it's really hilarious that there's a lot of Christians that think it's evil. I'm like, y'all need to check your own book. It's full of astrology, and it's never seen as an evil thing. So it's kind of interesting, that I had that early awareness of astrology. And when I saw that, it just something like clicked. It was like this point of interest. I was like, that is really cool. Like the thought that the time of the year that you're born has something to do with your personal energy, your personality, the things that you are about or more focused on. And it was like, even though I was a little kid, and it's like I didn't have all the words to kind of sort that out yet, it was like it really sparked something in the back of my mind. And so, it took a little time, but, as I got to be a teenager, it wasn't long before that got really interesting to me. So, yeah. But astrology was really the first thing that got me into it. And then, of course, spirit animal cards. I always say that on like my spirit animal Sundays, that the spirit animal cards and oracle cards was actually what got me into card readings. And then I progressed into the tarot. So yeah, it's really fun. Really, really fun. Oh yeah, Moonchild. We were talking about cake yesterday. Because Jules, Ms. Mindful, she had a party for her mom. I think it was her birthday. Yeah, it was her mom's birthday party, and they had a strawberry cake, which sounded incredible. Right? Oh, yeah, David. Ugh, that guy, dude. She didn't invite you. How rude. Hey, Dandelion, sweetie. Good to see you. Exactly, Krista, the name that shall not be spoken, or what? He who shall not be mentioned. That's how I feel about that, totally. Voldemort, exactly. Yep. Moonchild is very interested in cake, and I understand. Changing the subject to me, of course. Oh, I need to buy a chocolate cake. It's funny because she's saying all the cakes now. Moon cake, ice cream cake. I love ice cream cake. Oh my God. Yes. There's that tuxedo cake that it's so funny. They make that up at the Kroger near me, and that thing is delicious. It is so good. It's chocolate and vanilla with a layer of like cream cheese stuff in the middle, and it's just it's the best cake I've ever had. I'm gonna have to like order one of those darn things tomorrow, and I need a cake. Yeah. Other fancy cakes I can't pronounce or afford. Coconut cake. My dad loved a coconut cake. Oh my goodness. There is a Thai restaurant close by to us that makes, yeah. My dad was crazy about it. They make a homemade coconut cake up there that is one of the best cakes I've ever had, and it is delicious. My dad also was crazy about German chocolate cake because it has that pecan coconut frosting on it. He also did really love pound cakes. Yeah, any flavor of pound cake, he was down with that. Ooh, the tres leches is evil good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and cheesecakes, of course. So, I know. There you go. I know. Yeah. There's actually a place, they're a chain. They're actually like an international chain called the Loving Hut, and they're all vegan food, and they make a hummingbird cake. And a hummingbird cake is very similar to a carrot cake. It's maybe just a little fruitier. I think it's got some applesauce in it maybe, but it's so good. It's very similar to a carrot cake is the hummingbird cake. Very, very yummy. Yeah. Moonchild. She's like, what? What is this? Where can I get it? Look up Loving Hut, Moonchild. Look it up. Every one of those restaurants is a little different from the others, so not all of them are going to make the cakes. But the hummingbird cake at this one that I go to is really good. If there's one near you, I would definitely check it out. Google's flights to Georgia. Oh, well, thanks, Jason. Yeah, Google that flight to Georgia. You need to come on down, Moonchild. We'll go get the hummingbird cake. We'll eat cakes every night, because, I mean, there's some really good ones local around here. I don't know. There are some very good ones. And of course, I do love pies. Oh my gosh. Pecan pie, of course. That was just about my dad's favorite thing. When my dad was passing away, it was actually really hilarious. Like when my dad was like on his deathbed the last like week or two, That's what he wanted. Like every time he was like, bring the pecan pie. Oh my gosh. And you know, it was so funny because my mom, it's like she's so like she was like, "Ma," she's like, "Jack, shouldn't you eat something more healthy?" I'm like, "Mom, he's literally dying. Let him eat as much pecan pie as he wants." He's literally dying. Let him eat the pecan pie. I was like, why are you trying to make him eat broccoli now? Like, it's too late. Let him eat the freaking pecan pie. Oh my God, it is so funny. But yeah, that was the things that my dad wanted to eat the most was sweet potatoes and pecan pie at the end of his life. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Cookies were good too. Like good cookies with a cup of tea. Definitely good stuff. Oh man, yeah, today or it was yesterday. Yeah, with macadamia nuts, Moonchild. Mhm. There was a lady somebody I follow on Twitter who posted about her mom just passing away, and you know, it's just like oh, it got me. It definitely got me thinking about my dad and how all that felt. And yeah, it's tough. It's so tough. Wow. I just told her, I said, she's not really gone. I said, it's one of the strangest things that to me people say when someone dies is, I'm sorry for your loss. And I know they're coming from a good place saying that. But I kind of go when people would start saying that after a while to me to my about my dad, I was like, you know, we didn't lose him. He didn't like fall under behind the sofa. We didn't lose him somewhere. I mean, you can't really lose an eternal soul. I mean, the body is what's gone, but the spirit isn't. And it's such a strange feeling, right? I mean, that it's a weird thing that we say. Sorry for your loss. I'm sure I've said it to other people, right? You know, but it's that feeling like we don't ever really lose somebody. Absolutely, Nancy. Yeah, it is. Why are you fat shaming me? I'm a little cupcake. Oh, exactly. Exactly, Dandelion. Oh, yeah. It definitely got me thinking a lot too, Gwen, because exactly. It is a transformation. Exactly, Krista. You know, and it's funny because I used to say that even before my dad died. You know, I would say that to people is it's like when somebody dies, your relationship doesn't go away, it just changes, right? I do, Nancy. Right, exactly. Yeah, I think that that becomes part of the lexicon. It's like that. Sorry for your lost business. Sorry about my sniffly nose, guys. I know it's totally gross. But yeah, it did definitely. Because, you know, like when somebody transitions out of the body, it's like, and you can still feel their spirit and you still know they're around. And it's like, they're not really dead in that complete sense. Like, you know, it's like the body ran out of juice. That's kind of what it is. It's just like the body only gets so much time. It's a chunk of organic matter. And the fate of all organic matter is to eventually decline, disintegrate, and go back into the earth. And it's fascinating. Absolutely. Yeah, Phyllis, exactly. Missing the physical presence is what I think it's very much about. Because, you know, that was actually one of the most, hey there, Cecile. That was the one of the most like, oh, most painful feelings I've ever had in my life was after like the coroner and everyone came and they took my dad's body because he did die, you know, in the house. And after they took his body and everything, you know, was kind of settled back down, like I just, you know, laid down on his bed and held his pillow, and I had just cried and cried. I just wanted him back. Like that's how I felt. I was like, I just want him back. I want to do it all over again. I want him to come back so we can just do it all over again. Oh, yeah. I miss the restaurants. I miss going out to eat with him, like to get tacos and stuff. Oh, just miss that so much. I need to make some tacos. I really do. There are like these, I don't know if they're beetles or moths or flying what's it's outside my window, but every time I'm sitting here, they're like banging on my window. It's really funny. Oh yeah, David, that now that's funny. You want to be used like a Halloween decoration? I think that would be hysterical. But you'd kind of have to plan like your, I mean, you can't really plan your death like to have it happen on Halloween, but that is a funny thought. Use me as a projectile. Maybe Cecile. I don't know, but they're super attracted to my candlelight here. You know, they're very attracted to the candles. The little beetles. They're like little flying beetles. It would freak people out so bad. I know. That's that morbid Capricorn sense of humor. Tell people to not try that they're their feelings. Do schmancy restaurant, and they have these Korean style barbecues, fancy shrimp tacos. Ooh, yum. Oh wow. Oh, Krista, wow. Oh, yeah. Right? These little guys are just like, please let me in so I can bask in the candlelight. Yeah, I'm hungry too. I'm gonna go fix dinner before too long. It's so funny. Yeah, tacos do sound amazing. Aw, babysitting your 5-year-old granddaughter. That's cool, Nancy. Oh, you did PayPal me, Moonchild. Well, thank you. Let's do you a reading. Here we go. You know how this works, though. As soon as we get one person on the list, there's gonna be more. You know there's gonna be more. That's always what happens. It just takes one. It just takes one to start the wheel going. It just takes one, yes. And the one is the Aries. That's right. All right, Ramalama Ding Dong. Oh, my Aries, Ramalam. Oh, my Aries, Ramalam. Yes, Moonchild, what's your question? I can't wait to know. This is something new I just started, you know, because I actually had so many people saying that they would love to have, you know, you know, small donation for, you know, on the spot readings. So I just started doing it just like 2 weeks ago, and it's just been really popular. So, you know, I mean, that's why I've been ending up doing like 4 freaking hour live streams, because I'll do my general reads and then like, I mean, we will fill up. It's been awesome, but also like, wow, like I had no idea. So yeah, I will be definitely doing that more. Yeah, don't ask anything you don't want us to hear. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like that's the thing. It's like the positives of doing an on the spot question like this is that sure, Jason, yeah, you can do it through the super chat or through the PayPal. Um, it's a $10 minimum, and yeah, totally. But that's yeah. So I mean, the positives, the pros of doing an on the spot reading like this are that it's kind of instant gratification. You get it right away instead of having to wait for us to book it and all that stuff. And you can also, yeah, you can watch the video again in the future to reference back to it because it's going to be on the channel. But the only downside is that yes, you are sharing it, whatever info comes out, with all of your close personal friends here. That's what you got. You gotta be willing to put it out there on display. So that's the thing. And the other thing too is that, you know, the upside of course, doing the full reading with me is that I do all of it. Like I do all your charts, you know, all your progressions and transits. I get into the full astrology info. I get into all the cards and all of that stuff, and I take a lot longer on it. So, you know, that's the difference is the on the spots are they're shorter, and they are public. They are public. So that's the thing. All right, Jason, I'm going to put you down as number 2. Gotcha. That's right, Gwen. You're on my quick list for as soon as I get. I hope that. Hey, Ian. Oh, you're not kidding about High from the Oven out there in Oregon. How is it? I know it's like, didn't it hit like 115 or something crazy out there? Sheesh. Thank you, Tasha. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Yeah. Ian, gosh. Yeah. Absolutely no hate thrown to Oregon, but I am so glad that I moved because it's really tragic what's happening with the climate. And I mean, this is just, you know, the wages of climate change. But oh my goodness, it has, you know, the West Coast has just been, I mean, just literally burning up. I mean, it's insane that I'm down here in the South and, you know, we're having like 80 degrees in the daytime, maybe 90 if we're lucky, like, and we're in the summer, right? It should be hot here. That's pretty normal. But 115 in Portland? I mean, none of the houses out there, the older houses, none of them are built with air conditioning because you never needed it in the past. And now, but of course, I know when I was there, I was actually surprised by how hot it could sometimes get in the summer. But now, it's, you know, it's like unlivable. I think if you don't have AC, you're probably just like roasting for real. Like that's dangerous temperatures. Wow. I just don't even know what to say. It's wow. Oh my. Things are getting out of control with Glenn and Moonchild here. Oh boy. I gotta intervene. They're flashing each other and all kinds of stuff over there. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. how Moonchild is like the moderator anti-hero. She's like, I am messing with you. Does Mooney love you? No. Y'all are too much. All right, Moonchild. What? So were we doing like a love question for you? All the pollen in Atlanta. Oh yeah, no, the pollen here, like you can see it. It's very visible. But the funny thing is, you know, I've never had worse allergies ever than I did in Oregon. I was sick as a dog there from allergies. It was awful. Like, no friggin' joke. Like, I had never been sick like that before. It would get to my chest. It would make me cough and like have all this funk in. Oh, it was the worst. It was, I cannot even. No. The pollen here may be chunky and yellow, but it does not get me like that ever. No. And maybe it's simply because I was, you know, born here, grew up here, kind of more, a little more immune to it, but I've never been sicker from allergies than in Oregon. And actually some of the, I think it was like the top like 5 worst places for allergens are up there. Yeah. That's what I read. Because you get it all. Because in those winters and, you know, the later, and you get molds, you get mildews, you get ragweed, you get all the other stuff, the trees. Because, you know, that Columbia River Gorge, that thing just cranks on a different level. So yeah, it was not easy. Especially when you're trying to be a singer, which I was, you know, doing that most of the time I was there. It was rough. It was very rough. I can't even tell you how many times I had to do a concert or perform with, like, you know, crazy respiratory issues. It sucked. So yeah, that was a relief in a lot of ways to get back out of there. Even though it is beautiful, even though I loved it while I was there, you know, I really enjoyed it, but dang, it about darn near killed me sometimes. Yeah. I'm used to the Georgia pollen, yeah, and I tried everything, Phyllis. I tried, like, I would do the local honey and the stinging nettles, you know, all the stuff. I did everything, both the holistic and the regular OTC, you know, medical, you know, Western medicine. I did everything to try to make it better, but nothing really ever made it better. It was just, ugh. Yeah, see, I even did that, Cecile. And I was there for 7 years, but it's like I felt like it was getting worse rather than better the longest. That's cool. Moonchild, we will do you a full Celtic cross, and we're going to look at what comes out, because you know how that works. You know how that works. It's like whatever you need to see is going to come out. If it's love, love is going to come out. If it's work, career, health, whatever it is going to come out. So let's see. Let's just ask. All right, my darlings. All right, my fun spirit guides. All the fun spirit guides got to help me out with this. We've got our Moonchild in the house. We got our Aries. We got our Ram here. Let's see what we got for her. It's been a minute since we partied with Moonchild. We really have missed her. We're giving her lots of attention right now because we want her to come back in the future. We do. Hey, I don't mind making this the honorary Moonchild show for, you know, for right now. I don't mind. I'm going to let the Aries do her thing. You know, Capricorns were cool with that. We're like, yeah, you go do with that. So please, let's see what we have for her. Any kind of messages, whatever information that she most needs to hear for her highest and best good, please. Thank you so much. For any of your assistance and support that you can give to her and me to read her cards. Okay, Moonchild, the first card that comes out for you is taking risks. I think, isn't that like the Aries mantra, is like taking risks? To me, you know, this is such a beautiful card, though, because, you know, we have that, you know, that beautiful red-tailed hawk, and the hawk, to me, is, you know, forward vision. visionary, right? Seeing into the future. To me, this energy feels a little bit like the Fool card. It is. It's the taking a leap of faith. And then the card on the bottom of the Oracle deck was transformation. So I do feel like, you know, some of these leaps of faith or some of these risks that you may be taking are leading to a complete transformation. And interestingly enough, we just did our spirit animal reads last night, and I'm telling you, that butterfly card was coming up again and again and again in people's readings. Yeah, I was like, okay, folks, we're breaking out of our chrysalis. I know, I love these cards. This Sacred Destiny Oracle, the artwork alone. I mean, even if you weren't a card reader, like, it's just, the artwork in these is like, I can't. They are so beautiful. I try to use these as much as I can because the artwork is just off the chain with those guys. It is beautiful, beautiful card art. Sometimes I'm like, how do y'all make these so beautiful? All right, so yeah, the hawk and the butterfly, Moonchild. That's pretty amazing right there, just as far as, you know, animal symbology in your read right now. So let's get into the tarot. Movement, a lot of movement. Wow, okay. But not surprising, you know, that there is movement in there because, you know, Aries, they don't sit still for long. They just don't. It's not their jam. Right at the center, we have the Knight of Wands. So to me, again, you know, this is moving things forward in a very powerful direction. Strong Sagittarius energy on this. So to me, it's a fiery movement, looking ahead. Again, you know, it kind of requires immediate action, trusting your instincts, staying focused on what you want to get. And sometimes, yes, it is pursuing those passionate relationships. Many times it can be. So let's get a clarifier for this, for Moonchild, Knight of Wands. It's the fieriest knight. And we have the, you know, on top of it is the High Priestess. So I do feel like the movement forward that you take, there is your Moonchild right there, is the High Priestess, the lunar ruled goddess there. It is very much about using your intuition, listening to your inner self, listening to the subconscious part of you that helps to guide you forward. It's real important. In the immediate past, we have the Two of Cups. So I don't know what's going on with love, Moonchild, but you may have connected with somebody recently, or you may feel an interest in somebody recently, or you've been working to do a lot of heart healing there. Let's get a clarifier on Two of Cups, please. And it might be, is it somebody that's come back around? Because look at that Judgment, or you've been reviewing relationships of the past with this Judgment card, because that's like things being resurrected. Sometimes that, like Phoenix from the ashes, right? Something coming back up for either review, reconsideration, somebody saying they want a second chance, etc. That kind of thing. Going into the future, we do have the Wise Counselor, the Hierophant, Taurus energy. So to me, this is grounding. It's stabilizing. It's interesting that in the center, you have that High Priestess, because the Hierophant is like the High Priest. So it really is like this higher, more elevated spiritual guidance and wisdom coming through. It's beautiful. I mean, it really, to me, steps you into, you know, that stronger place of knowledge, right? Stronger place of knowledge. Yeah, you're playing things close to the heart here. There's some strong Taurus energy on both of these cards. So I feel like you're very focused on staying grounded, being careful with your money, you know, being careful with your heart too. I mean, this is just, to me, always that sort of like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to be ending up in a place of loss or lack. It's a security consciousness, right? And I feel like, you know, you might be very, very particular about like who you share your knowledge or your wisdom with. It's like, I'm not going to tell just anybody, right, what I'm working on or what I'm feeling deep within, because you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get taken advantage of. So, you know, it's really, that's a thing. Yeah. And you are being very, you know, careful about your finances. You do. You know, that is. It's something that you're on. But it's like, I think, again, Four of Pentacles, it's kind of reminding you, you know, in the near future, don't get so concerned with loss, whether it's loss of, you know, your personal energy or loss of finances, that you aren't able to give it all, right? That's always the balance with the Four of Pentacles. Underneath, what you're focused on is this Eight of Swords. So I really do feel like you may be fighting this battle, this inner struggle. This is a hard card. It is, you know, it's that feeling of being stuck, a lack of self-confidence, feeling afraid to take the action that you know you need to. And it is very much stepping up and setting yourself free. So you may be very focused on that. And you may kind of, like for a lot of us, I mean, we go back and forth between those two feelings of like, oh, I'm not good enough, I can't do it. And oh, but I know I need to punch through this. And I know that I am good enough and I need to overcome that, you know, that negative inner critic voice. So it is a time to really set yourself free and work through that. And, you know, get your self-esteem back, your confidence build back up. It's very important. Let's get a clarifier on that, please. Yeah, there's our Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, for some of this, hey there, Lisa, for some of this Moonchild, it may just simply be going back to work. You know, I don't know if you're working right now, but it may be something where it's either about going back to work, it's about like, I don't know, investing in something, saving for the future, whatever that is, that's actually going to help you get through this feeling quite a lot. I love the Queen of Pentacles. You know that, my little bunny rabbit. And you've got a bunny rabbit, Moonchild. Maybe you need to snuggle your bunny more too. That's always good advice. Hey, Lisa, hope you're having a good night, honey. Oh my gosh, thanks for stopping by. On the top, message from Spirit is that Five of Cups. And so I do feel here as well, you know, it's like Spirit's recognizing, yeah, there's been some things that have been really disappointing. There's been some things that have really hurt your heart, and you may still be working through those emotions and those feelings, working on forgiving yourself or forgiving other people. And to me, the Five of Cups is always saying, you know, allow yourself time to mourn and grieve, but try not to stay in that place forever, because the Two of Cups are still here, still standing. There's still something good that you can tap into. But it does take like working through those feelings and then turning the focus back to the Two of Cups rather than the three that have fallen over. And the Magician. So, you know, this is that reminder that, you know, you may be really getting ready to embark on something new, to rebuild something new. You know, along with that, like the taking risk card, the transformation card, that's, you know, very much what that feels like. It feels like brand new energy, and it feels like transforming something from the old to the new, from the negative to the positive. And the Magician card, which I love, is Mercury ruled. You might have really gone through quite a headache too, or a heartache during the Mercury retrograde. Many times it's like it's in reverse, right? When the Mercury retrograde is going on, it's in reverse. And so a lot of those old pains, wounds, issues will come up in our mind for review. And so that's why it can sometimes be really, really challenging. But I feel like as we're going forward now, as it's come out of that retrograde, it's like it's time for the mind to go forward and start putting together the different elements of your life that are going to bring you greater success and happiness going forward. You are very focused on being stable, though. I mean, that, you know, going forward, you got inside that Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles. Like, I feel like you're really, you know, going into the future, you're very focused on getting some stability for sure. So let me get into some advice for you, sweetheart. Yeah, there's that reconciliation energy again. Holy cow, these are some freaking amazing cards here, y'all. So, suggested approach. 6 of Cups. This is a lot of different things. You know that. This is, again, you know, reconciliation energy. Wow. Putting things back together. Sometimes people coming back up into your life for review. Healing inner child issues. Healing some family dynamics or things from the old, you know, childhood roots or origins. Revisiting old dreams and plans, right? Embracing the inner child. It's nostalgia, it's sentimentality. Maybe there's just somebody you gotta forgive, you know, or someone that you just gotta release. That's a thing too. Yeah, look at that. 2 of Cups is coming out here again. Moonchild. There's something about reconciling the past to embrace the present and the future going forward in relationships. And I do feel it's a heart healing situation too. Like, I feel like you're still healing from some wounds, but I also feel like love is not out of reach. You know what I mean? And it has a lot to do, of course, always with loving ourselves and reconciling those parts of ourself to ourselves. But wow, I mean, 2 of Cups coming into this reading twice. It's kind of funny. You know, you said maybe a love reading first, and then we just did the general, but 2 Cups coming into this reading twice. Kind of interesting. What you need to know, I really believe you can be a success. I really believe that you can have a secure future and start to build those foundations under yourself with that 10 of Pentacles. You know, I feel like you are very focused on that. I feel like you're very focused on having, you know, more security and stability for yourself and your loved ones, peace and contentment in life, all of that. It's so beautiful. So I really, you know, these are good cards. These are really nice cards. And Justice. Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel like, too, it's like, you may feel like in the past, a lot of times maybe you haven't been paid fairly for your work, or maybe you haven't received what was right? You know, that's that feeling. There's that Aries, not Aries, but Libra energy. It's the counterbalance of Aries. And I feel like, you know, this is, to me, saying, you know, more justice coming in, more fairness coming in, equal pay for your work, you know, getting what you actually deserve. And kind of sticking to that, being like, you know what, if we have an agreement, if we have a contract, because the Justice card does rule contracts as well, it has to be fair, and it has to give me what I'm really worth. Simple as that. Hopes and fears, there is the 10 of Cups, because I feel like that's the big hope. That's the big thing you're working towards, is that feeling of bliss, happiness, success, well-being within the home, emotional contentment. You have both the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups here. Wow. You want the whole enchilada. You want the whole thing. You don't want just half. You want the whole thing. Like, that's your focus. And you may have a little bit of an all or nothing feeling about it too. I'm saying that. Like, there may be that all or nothing feeling. It's like, you know what, if I can't have, you know, all of it, I don't want any of it. Right, you want the whole cake. Exactly. It's like, I want the whole friggin' cake. You know, I'm sick of accepting, like, half-eaten cakes and what's left over after the party. Oh no, Lisa, I don't have a Cash App account, unfortunately. I probably should set one up because a lot of people do use it. I have a Venmo account, but I've had problems with it, like real problems with it. Like, once it worked fine, but then another person tried to pay me through it, and it just did not work, did not go through, didn't get notifications, she had to reverse it, they wouldn't even help, it was ridiculous. So I kind of don't trust Venmo very well. And you know, yeah, leftover cake, you don't want a leftover cake, you want a nice fresh cake. It's so true. But that is a little bit of how I feel about this, is that you do have a feeling like all or nothing. And, you know, I am not going to tell you not to do that, because I'm kind of that way myself. You know, I feel like if a relationship isn't right, or if somebody, you know, some situation isn't giving you what's really good, it's like, I just don't, it's like, don't waste my time with that half-ass cake. You know, that's not going to work. That's just not going to work. So let's clarify this Ten of Cups here. Yeah, here's Temperance, and there is that balance. And you may feel like, you know, sometimes it's important to balance expectations, sure, because I would say even like your perfect partner is still going to piss you off some of the time. It's just human nature, right? So it's kind of like, just because it's not perfect all the time doesn't mean you just chuck it out entirely, as long as the foundation is solid, right? So this is a, you know, one foot in the water of intuition, one foot on the solid land of logic and practicality. It's, you know, it's an even give and take. And I think that we know what the good trade-offs are, right? You know, it's like if somebody is basically awesome all the time, they're loyal, they're truthful, all that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, sometimes when they're a dumbass, it's like, if it's not a big deal, it's just not a big deal, right? You know, it's the thing. And then, you know, outcome card is the Page of Swords. So I do feel like this is opening your mind, being, you know, having an open mind to things, being willing to really communicate your ideas. And this could also be a lot of messages coming back and forth, and being particular about what information you take in as valid. I always, lately, what I've been saying about the Page of Swords is like, don't believe everything you read on the internet. You know, it's that kind of thing, because the Page of Swords can be a little bit of the gossipy Gemini energy, right? And it's like some of the stuff he says is totally true and valid, and some of it is just crap that he heard from a friend of a friend of a friend. And it's like, it's not even based in any, you know, science or logic, right? So I would say that that's really, it's important to keep an open mind, be communicative, but don't fall prey to idle gossip or information. And balance being restored. I think that that's ultimately what it comes down to, is balance being restored. You know, and Page of Swords too, to me, is having fun a little bit. Pages, you know, pages are also messengers. That's why I feel like a lot of messages come your way with this card. But the Two of Pentacles is like bringing balance back into your life. And if you haven't been having enough fun lately, if it's been literally like all work and no play, you need to relax a little bit, right? You need to have a little more fun in your life, because that's, yeah, I mean, it just wears you out. Like, even if it's just coming into my silly chat here and having a good time laughing and yucking it up with people. I mean, it really is something that helps, right? It's there's catharsis and humor, and it helps, right? I do feel like things are really coming full circle if you allow them. Like, this is a thing, and it's, you know, Four of Cups, to me, that's a tough one. It's like, that's really that focus on, you know, a certain thing. And again, I'm just going to point this out, because to me, the Five and the Four of Cups have something in common. It's the focus on these three cups that aren't very satisfying. While meanwhile, Spirit's trying to show you, look, there's actually more that you could have over here. This to me is a lot of changing of perspectives, right? And I feel like it's kind of like, stop focusing on the things that don't work. Stop focusing on the things that have hurt you. Stop focusing on the stuff that's like, no matter how much you kick it, it just doesn't move. Because the World card is so powerful and positive for moving you to the next level of your life. But it does kind of require that you close some old doors, right? This is a pretty powerful reading. Let me see what What affirmation cards do I have down here? I need to grab one beyond the magical spell cards. Let me grab you an affirmation deck. Oh, I know which one I'll use. I know which one I'll use. Where is that little hero's journey deck? Oh, it's in the other room. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. When I get my mindset on a particular card deck I want to use, I can't, like, compromise. This is the one I want to use for Mooney. Yep. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Celebrate the sacred gap. Give thanks for buffer time. I do feel like in a way that's where you are. It's like it's a little bit of that Hanged Man feeling where it's like one cycle hasn't completely ended and the next hasn't completely started. So you're sort of in that little space between time. That's how that feels. And then on the bottom we have the North Star card, which I love. Flip your inner light switch. And to me, the North Star is like, yeah, I mean, that's Polaris. That's what, you know, your true north, your guiding star, the point that leads you to your sacred truth or where you really need to go. So I really do feel like this is, you know, where you're at right now, and this is what's coming, you know. I feel like, you know, things are going to start being in motion. Right now you're sort of in that place of reflecting or meditating on where you want to go next. Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, it is. It's a really solid read. I certainly wouldn't count out, you know, love situations going forward in the future, and just be more loving to yourself. I mean, that's just huge too. Gotta be more loving to yourself, because with the Two of Cups coming up twice, that's pretty loving. It's pretty heart healing. Love on that bunny. Yeah. Moonchild. Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes that's more important, right? It is, right? Give yourself the darn cups. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Thank you, Hair Raisin. Aw, very appreciated. Thanks so much, sweetheart. And so next we're gonna do Jason's reading, and if anyone else comes in, we'll just keep going. If he's the only other one, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We're just in need of tarot readings. That's, yeah, pretty much. Like, we are. We all are. All right, Jason. What was your sign again? If you don't mind, definitely don't have to. Oh, well, I'm glad. I think that might be sarcasm, though, Moonchild. She did not feel personally attacked. Aww. You can cry in front of us. It's okay. Cancer. That's, oh, yes. I remember. Cancer with Aquarius moon. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that's that very unique matchup. A Cancer with an Aquarius moon is a very unique matchup. It is. makes you very emotionally independent. Let's get into any particular messages or anything you're looking for, Jason, or just let's do a general kind of thing. Just do the Celtic cross and see what comes up. Trust me, crying is more than okay. Take it from I feel like I'm a professional crier. Okay, sounds good, Jason. All right, dear angels, divine spirits of light, helpers and healers, please show us what you have for our Jason Fuller in the chat. Let's see what is coming up for him and his general messages today. Let's see what you have got for his highest and best good. Thank you so much. Nice. Woo. It's a lot of energy. First thing that came up was new beginnings. And on the bottom of the deck is action. So new beginnings and action. Both of those feel like quite a spark of movement. Initiation, beginnings. Honestly, that's a lot of Aries energy. New beginnings and action. That's what I think of Aries. Moonchild, are you affecting his reading? That figures. But I would say yes, that certainly feels like a new page being turned, a new chapter being started. Time to take action on something. Yeah. Moving towards a new beginning. Which sometimes can be a little intimidating, let's face it, you know. It sometimes can be a little bit like, ooh, you know. Because it can bring big changes, big shift. Let's get into your tarot, please. Let's see what we got for you. Feeling a little feisty, feeling a little feisty, that's right. Feels good though. There's a lot of good stuff in this. Ooh, good cards. All right, so right in the center. Hey Linda, thank you. So right in the center, Jason, we have the Seven of Wands. That's why that's a little feisty. It's a little defensive, a little bit on guard. Definitely about putting up your personal boundaries, of standing up for yourself and what you believe in. Embracing greater confidence. You might be challenging people that give you a hard time or try to tear you down. But it's also, again, important to choose those battles wisely because not everybody is worth getting into an argument with. They're just not worth giving your energy to. So unless you really need to like fight them off, I wouldn't, right? But yeah, definitely this is about standing your ground, putting your foot down and just saying, you know what? Nobody's going to mess with me, right? Let's get a clarifier on this. Very spunky. We got we got the Page of Wands. So you know, this again, very strong Aries energy actually. Funny enough on this reading so far, Jason. You know, and this again, Page of Wands feels like new beginnings to me. And you might be fighting for a new beginning. You might be standing up for a fresh start in something and kind of feeling like, you know what, if anybody comes for me, if anybody says something negative about what I'm doing, boom, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm just going to close the door. The Page of Wands to me is also about embracing happiness, greater joy, greater vitality and enthusiasm for what's going on. You may get messages that either fire you up or excite you that make you go, yeah, there's something better coming. Like it just gives you a good feeling. And you really don't want anybody stealing that from you. You really don't, because it's like you may also feel like you've kind of had to really fight for your happiness a little bit here. Fight for your new lease on life. In that immediate past, we do have the Four of Swords. So I do feel like you've probably had some downtime. Like you've had like, you know, just time to reflect, regroup, maybe, you know, just kind of check out from life for a while, you know, to take a rest, to leave the battle for a minute, you know, and just really go within and, you know, allowing yourself more time before going forward. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness, Jason. I feel like you've been fighting. You've been fighting a battle. The Nine of Wands is definitely a bit of the wounded warrior kind of thing, and it's like you have that recognition, like you could still fight, like you still have enough, you know, in you to do it, but this is that feeling of exhaustion in the past. I feel like it was very tiring for you, and you really needed this time out. You may still feel a little bit. I mean, this to me feels like a lot of energy and effort and needing to just chill, you know. But I feel like, you know, in a way, like now it's like your energy is coming more back online because, you know, there's a lot of that Aries feeling like of new beginnings, spark of interest, um, regeneration, spark of life kind of feeling. Going into the future, we do have the Three of Pentacles. And to me, that is coming together with a like-minded community to work for some common goal for the greater good. It's doing what you love, having a plan to do, you know, the kind of work that you want to do. Yeah, getting paid better for what you do, all that kind of thing. It's an excellent card for working with others and coming together for some kind of common goal. Queen of Wands on top of that, so very super creative. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fire in this reading. To me, the Leo Queen or Queen of Wands, you know, she knows her worth, she knows her value, she's very self-confident, very strong within her intentions. You know, it's like you're not going to let people devalue what you are or what you're able to do. That's how that feels in the future here. And right now, I feel like you're feeling kind of feisty about it. It's like, anybody that treated you right in the past, you're just like, nope. What your focus is right now on the subconscious is the Ace of Cups. So this is a super powerful positive card. It's the Hand of Spirit, really giving a gift, you know. And I feel like what's happening too, you know, from within, like you're very focused on developing your spiritual life, your spiritual understanding, probably healing your heart center, developing better friendships, all of that coming in. And so that's, you're very focused on that. Like, and that's, you know, because it's the Ace, it's like going after the highest and best of that, you know, not, again, not accepting half measures. Look at that. Wow. Wow, Jason. I mean, you're really focused on happiness, love, friendship, spiritual inner peace. I mean, that's like, you know, that is your goal. That's a subconscious focus. It's like that's what you want to come and, you know, into your life and what you're really working to manifest. I feel like that's your primary focus there. On the top, crown the spread is the Nine of Pentacles. So to me, that's very, very nice. It's reminding you that even if you feel alone right now, it's a good time to just focus on you, focus on your work, enjoy your own company. You know, this is gonna, you know, the things that you do, the things that you plan, the things that you work on right now lead to greater success. Such a nice card. And you may not be seeing that entirely right now. That's why it's on the top, you know, kind of that like heads up. It's a really nice card. It's one of my favorites, is the Nine of Pentacles. And we got the Ace of Cups on the top too. On the top and the bottom. That is so nice because I feel like when you truly love yourself, it brings even more like love, appreciation, spiritual understanding, peace, and contentment. Right? I mean, that's just freaking great. Like 2 Ace of Cups on the subconscious and on the top of the consciousness at the top. That's great. That's powerful spiritual and emotional gifts coming in. I feel like just focusing on your own well-being, your own positive energy, protecting your own you know, kind of putting those personal boundaries up right now. Yeah, it leads to better things. So let's get some advice cards on this. These are nice. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I feel like this is, there is that feeling a new beginning. And also right now the suggested approach is the renewal card, the same as the judgment card. So I feel too that this is like rebirth, resurrection, something coming back to the surface. It's the Pluto energy, so to me it's a higher vibration of the death card. You know, after the transition comes the rebirth. Phoenix from the ashes. And so that's why I feel like, you know, it's almost like you're being reborn. It's almost like you're stepping into a really fresh new energy. It gets back to that card of new beginnings there. Look at that. And I feel like, yes, it is after quite the time. Here comes that Four of Swords again. It's coming in there twice. So to me, yeah, you've definitely been through the ringer, and you might really have to take some rest still here and there, right? I feel like you're really moving forward, but at the same time, it's a lot of effort. So it's really saying to balance with, you know, times of activity with times of rest and relaxation. You're still going to need it. You're still going to need that. What you need to know, there's that Knight of Swords. So you may feel a little anxious. You may feel a little stressed, like there's this real pressure to move things forward very quickly. You may have a lot on your mind and a lot to say, feeling like you really need to go with great speed. And again, I would say there's nothing wrong with moving forward quickly and embracing those sudden or unexpected changes and going on. But it's like you've got to balance it with times of relaxation as well. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that, sweetie. Aw, thank you. And look at that, the Ace of Wands, because wow, you really do. I mean, your Spirit's granting you like some kind of big, fresh, passionate new beginning in life. And I feel like it's exciting, but it's also a little bit like it makes you a little anxious too. It's like, oh, because it's a lot. And Cancer people don't generally like to change that rapidly. You're kind of like Capricorns that way. We're kind of like, oh, we like slow, predictable changes. But this feels like some fast and maybe not always predictable changes, right? Let's see, we've got the Moon coming into the hopes and fears position. And so I feel like, you know, your only concern is that you may not see every aspect of things, because the Moon can sometimes be a little confusing, a little cloudy, right? And it's reminding you to really use your intuition. And I think you are hoping that your intuition will serve you well going into the future. The Moon, of course, to me is a power card for Cancer, simply because you are ruled by the Moon. Let's get into a clarifier here. Might be a little afraid of your own power. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. And knowing that it takes a little time, it does take time to develop intuition. It does take time to develop your personal gifts. But the Seven of Pentacles says, slow and steady wins the race. Work at this one day at a time, and it's going to work out. The outcome card is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is, you know, new business, new areas of study, teaching and learning, going to the next level, investing a little bit deeper into something that you love. And there's our Two of Wands. Wow. Yeah, the Page of Wands, Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, Seven of Wands. A lot of fire in this reading. And there's the new beginnings again. There it is. You know, you've got a lot of cards of big new beginnings, both on the small level and on the biggest level too. Yeah, right? So to me, this is those doors opening up and making the decision. You know, door number one, door number two. Where should I go? What should I do next? Making that decision. It's fresh new energy though. And yeah, look at all the aces on this reading. 2 Ace of Cups, 1 Ace of Wands, 1 Ace of Pentacles. A lot of gifts from Spirit coming in here. 3 of Wands. I just feel like this is a real balancing act for you. it's a balancing act. It's like there's going to be times of a lot of activity, and then there's going to be times where you really just need to take it easy and chill and rest and totally relax as much as possible, because it's really going to keep you from like burning your batteries out. Let's get a affirmation on this for you. Be reborn daily. Oh my gosh, look at this. Let go of the past and breathe in your new incarnation. There's not much more to say about it than that, right? Because it really is about that. I feel that in this read. And I feel like, yeah, like you said, it may be your own self that blocks you. Sometimes it's other people that block you. But it's really about releasing that kind of more defensive energy and instead embracing healthy boundaries and really embracing the new energy and new action that's coming in, because it's a lot. It's a lot. That's a good read. It's a good read, Jason. Very nice. Hey, Toxic Sheba. Good to see you, babe. Hope your day is going good, or your night, wherever you may be. Moonchild. Hey, Francisco. And the worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will, but I love you still. Oh my God, she's got me singing now. More than anyone, baby. Oh my gosh, y'all are killing me. Silver Star, look at that. The Aries power twins have been reunited. Look at that. Aw, thanks for putting that out there, Krista. Yeah, if anyone is interested, I am open right now. And if nobody signs up, in the next little bit, I will take off and go get some dinners. Buttercup comment start. Exactly. See, that's what happens. You two Aries get going. It's like the other one's going to pick up what the other one's putting down. Ah! My child. David is now officially Buttercup. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got it now, David. Yes, it is. Happy 11/11, y'all. Making that wish. Very nice. I told you everybody's missing her. That's right. Everyone has been missing you, Mooney. No getting around it. Linda says, well, we love it. Yep. The fun stuff, exactly. Oh, thanks. It's really just a collection of a couple of things I strung together. It's a black tourmaline, an amazonite, and a blue lace agate. Yeah, it may stick, David. Things tend to do that in this chat. It's a swan. I actually want to get it touched up a little bit, but yeah, it's a swan. I drew it myself. Swans are very connected to the harp and a lot of musical traditions in Ireland. Yeah, and I got this a long time ago. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Swans are the realm of the soul and the arts and music and yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. Are you able to donate through the super chat? Does that not work for you either? Oh wow, Krista. Yeah. I've definitely considered getting a dragon for sure. I'll become the girl with the dragon tattoo. But yeah, I've definitely thought about getting a dragon or something astrology related in the future for sure. Yeah, David says I'm the buttercup. Great. Princess Buttercup. That's right. Oh, Corianne, thank you. What is your question? What would you like to ask tonight? Actually, let me run to the restroom real quick. I just drank a giant cup of tea, so give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right. Here we are. Now I gotta see what mayhem I've missed. Chain smoking, being buttercupped. Yeah. Wow, Krista, congrats. That's a tough thing to get through. I know that. That's a very hard thing to get through. Wow. That's huge. That's a huge thing to beat. I know so many people who have tried and not been able to, and it's not, oh, ooh, ooh, not for the faint of heart. But it's worth it. It is so worth it. I tell you, we in my family we've lost so many people to the effects of smoking and drinking. There's Lisa. Oh my gosh. Let me put you on the list, babe. Corianne is next, and then I will do yours. Yay! Exciting. And I've got some really good oracle cards to do spirit messages from your ancestors. I've got some real good ones for that. So we'll definitely pull that out. It's always my jam. I have lots of good card decks, and so whenever it's like if you tell me what the specific is, some of them I definitely have cards that I go, oh yeah, we're gonna work with those. All right, so Corianne, tell me what your question is, hun. When you get a sec, just type that in, or if you just want general message, just see what comes out. Boy, I know that feeling, David, of going through a lot of loss at once. Yeah. My dad passed away about 3.5 years ago, and then my older rabbit, my Bunsen the First, she passed away at 13 years old, the day after my birthday, early 2020. And oh man, yeah, I know. Like it's like the double whammy between like losing a family member, losing a pet. It's like what the heck? It's like I can't stop. Make us stop. Yeah. So Corey, do you have a particular love interest right now, or is it just like who's coming towards me kind of thing? Is it more like just see what the climate looks like? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Very similar. Yeah, in the middle of that, I had a major breakup of a relationship as well. So it's like the old when it rains, it pours thing. Kind of true sometimes. Aw, take care, Sheba. Take care, sweetheart. All right, Corianne, let's do that. Let's do that. And I will also pull some love cards on this for you as well. We'll do a past, present, future layout with the tarot, and then also do some love oracle. All right. Dear angels, dear divine spirits of light, guardians, ancestors, and definitely our angelic love team, let's see what we have got coming in for Corianne. Whatever messages you can tell her about love, relationships, anything that she needs to know for her highest good around this area of life, please. Nice. This is, yeah, to me, that's some deep ones. The first card that came up from the Oracle was adventures. So I think it's important for you to really kind of get out and about, you know, take some risks, go some new places, step out of your comfort zone, etc. And forgiveness is on the bottom. So I do feel like that's still part of the love equation. It's just forgiving yourself, letting go of the past, right? Even if you don't actually tell someone you forgave them, we always know forgiveness is for ourselves more than anyone else. It's so that we can have peace within, really. Yeah, so those two things. Embrace new adventures, embrace new interests, pursuits, maybe even take some trips or travel. Yeah, if you, and I think that's it too. Like if you don't get out much, it's kind of hard. It's like impossible to meet people, and I'm the kind of person of like I really need to meet people like in person. That's always my feeling when it comes especially to love. I have a really hard time like meeting, you know, anytime I've tried to meet people online, it's never worked out for me because I'm just so much like I need to be able to see in someone's eyes. I need to feel their energy, right? If I can't do that, it's almost impossible for me to connect. And, you know, you might think you're connecting, but then you meet them and you're like, oh, this is like literally nothing there. Like that's been my experience every time I've tried online dating. Not to say it doesn't work for some, because I know plenty of people that it does work for, but that's just sort of my deal, you know. And I am a Capricorn too. I think you are too, Corey, and you know how that is. Yeah, it's a thing. It's just a thing for us. So let's get some tarot. I'm just gonna pull a past, present, future, like a 3-card layout, and then clarify those. Wow. You might have a lot of options in the future. It might actually surprise you. In the immediate past, there is definitely that feeling of isolation, loneliness, feeling left out in the cold, really not getting what you want. But I feel like, you know, that's changing quite a bit. I mean, that's like, you know, because the next step, of course, you know, from the 5 of Pentacles is the 6 of Pentacles, where it gets back to that reciprocal energy, where you start to demand better of your relationships. And also coming back in from the cold, right? Let's get into a clarifier here. Yeah, wow. I mean, look at this past position. 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups. I mean, that's, you know, that's getting over those emotional disappointments, those difficulties from the past, mourning and grieving, and getting that stuff out of your system, really, you know, and, you know, it's not wrong to do that when we go through this kind of feeling, this feeling of, you know, and maybe in your past relationships, there was a lot of alienation, right? Or them just kind of being emotionally unavailable, keeping you at arm's length. That's the feeling of the 5 of Pentacles, right? And the 5, you know, the 5 of Cups is really that disappointment and working through that. But look at this in the present energy. Look at this. And this is a power card for Capricorn because it's Saturn ruled. And the World card is the last card in the major arcana. So it really symbolizes things coming full circle. I feel like you have gone to a new level. A lot of Capricorns have. I have been feeling this. I'm telling you, like, it's that subtle shift in consciousness. I had it again this morning as I was, or morning, I should say afternoon. I don't wake up in the morning. And I don't do those. But I could feel it as I was waking up, that it was this like subtle shift of, I don't know, peace, contentment, something just really pouring in that I haven't had in the past. And so I do feel that Capricorns especially have really gone to another level. Saturn, having completed its transit through our sign late last year, was super galvanizing. But the 2.5 years that came before that were incredibly rough. They were incredibly rough. But you know how Saturn does. And there's that Saturn symbol right on her dress. There he is. And you know, Saturn energy, it really does grant a lot of rewards. This is part of why Capricorns tend to age the best of the zodiac. And it's because we get some gifts. Saturn beats the crap out of us, no doubt about it, but it does give us some good gifts. And aging well is generally one of them for Capricorn. We do age well, and we do have resiliency. We have incredible resiliency and more strength than we always realize. So Corey Ann, I feel like you are so much stronger than you may realize. And it's also saying you've really kind of like graduated. A lot of Capricorns may be feeling that. And I think the more time goes by, yes, I've been told that too. Oh my God, I'll never forget. Like a year or two ago, I was laying there, you know, in the chiropractor's office looking up at her. And I told her, I think it was my birthday that day that I went in. And I said, you know, I'm 40, you know, 43, whatever my age was. And she was like, no, you're not. And she's like, you guys got one of them faces. It just doesn't. And I have people tell me that all the time when I see them again. It could be 10 years, 15 years, and they see me and they're like, you haven't changed at all. Like, you're the same. And I'm like, Goats, we age slow. We age really slow. And a lot of us are really late bloomers. Yeah, Capricorns tend to be late bloomers. I definitely was. I'm glad I was now, but damn, I mean, it was like, it's kind of rough back when I was... Yeah, Capricorns are little Benjamin Buttons, you know? It's like they're old when they're young and young when they're old. Like, little Capricorns are so serious. Young Capricorns are, you know. Wow. But when we get older, chronologically, we lighten up. Because that's the thing about Saturn. The longer it's in effect, the lighter we get. We're like, oh, why was I worried so much? Why was I so worried? Yeah. Oh, Silver Star, you got that Capricorn moon. Yeah. Whoo! I got Capricorn sun and moon, Mercury and Mars. I got 4 planets. 4, like, my immediate planets in Capricorn. And, yeah, that Capricorn moon. I'm telling you, Capricorn moon people need a lot of hugs. I remember my astrology teacher saying that too. She said, because a lot of times people with a Capricorn moon, we always feel lonely, even when we're not. And that I resonate with huge. It's not as bad as it used to be, because a lot of the time I realize now that there's many times that I'd rather be alone. Like, I'm okay. You know, it's like, but boy, when I was younger, it was really hard. That sense of loneliness, that sense of the blues and depression, isolation. You can thank that Capricorn moon for it. It's a very strong moon, makes us extremely tough and ambitious and resilient, but it can be a challenge, especially in a woman's chart. It can be even tougher. Woo! So Corey, very, a lot of information coming in around that world card for you, I feel. Let's get a clarifier, please, on the world for her. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, you rock. You rock, you rock, you rock. Look at that. I just feel like you're so much in your power right now, or you know, maybe even coming into your power every day that passes. Like, these are such nice cards for a Capricorn, for any woman, really. Nine of Pentacles. I mean, this is like a solid, self-assured person that's getting their self together, that's working hard and feeling the efforts of their work being rewarded. I just feel like the more you build yourself up and the more you ground yourself and root and stabilize, the greater your love opportunities open up. Yeah. I know that feeling, Corey, right? It's like it's that influx and outflux, but I think that it'll stabilize. I really do. I think that you're going to be working at stuff slowly but surely, and I think it's going to start to build up, and you'll prosper more as you go forward. Those are just fabulous cards. The reason I say going into the future, you may have a lot of emotional options here. Like when you get out and about and when you start, you know, having more fun and being yourself, there could be quite a lot, you know, because 7 of Cups is like a lot of choices on the table, right? Maybe hard for you to make a choice once you get into it. You know, and take this as the timing resonates. The timing, of course, on these is fluid, right? I mean, this could manifest over the course of a year. It could manifest over the course of a week or a month, right? So just give it time to percolate. But I do feel like, you know, 7 of Cups is like being overwhelmed with a lot of emotional choices, right? Let's get a clarifier on this one, please. Eight of Pentacles. And I do feel, I mean, work is just a real big part of your life as a goat. Yeah, I mean, Capricorns for sure. But I feel like just give it time. Slow but steady wins the race. Eight of Pentacles is, to me, really being focused on doing good work, living in the moment, right? You know, staying in the present moment and working on things each day as they come, rather than, you know, worrying too much about what's coming up in the future. Yeah, it's really balance. Temperance and the 9 of Cups on the bottom. 9 of Cups is those wishes, those hopes, going towards the 10th cup of complete wish fulfillment, but you're on that path of pursuing your dreams and your hopes and your goals. And to me, the Temperance card, there's the Sagittarius energy. Again, travel is important and moderation is important. Balancing the intuition, one foot in the water, spirit and intuition, and one foot on the ground of practicality and reason. And I am going to pull you some love cards on this as well. I just feel like, wow, I mean, what a wonderful little spread to have, you know, this going into the past, right? Because I feel like you really had some struggles in the past, and to be stepping into this in your present, that's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Onward and upward feeling there. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, first card out is wedding. So I do feel like, you know, soul unions and meetings are very possible here, right? It's also letting go of the old relationships too. You know, if you were in a really committed relationship, whether it was a marriage or whether it was just a very long-term relationship, there is that letting go of that so that you can embrace that new union as well. Interesting, forgiving and learning. And one of the cards that came up in the beginning was also a card of forgiveness. So I really do feel like there's this energy of forgiveness, right? As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So forgiveness of the past, forgiveness of yourself is all very important. It is very important to the whole equation. And romantic feelings. So, you know, if someone sparks your interest or if there's a connection, yeah, it's worth exploring. And it's also being vulnerable to each other, because on the bottom we had the getting to know you, getting to know each other, revealing your innermost self to each other deepens a bond. And that is, yeah, yeah, and that is, you know, I think forgiveness of ourself is huge, especially for Capricorns. I love being a Capricorn reading for a Capricorn sometimes, because I can totally understand where you're coming from with that. That we are hard on ourselves. Hey there, Cynthia. Good to see you. I think I've seen you before. I think I've seen you before in here. Thank you for coming back. Are you going to... Is she number 5 on the list, Gwen? I think so. She's after Lisa. Hey there, Monica. Good to see you in the chat. But these are really nice cards. I feel like, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Corianne, for Capricorns. Like, we are so tough on ourselves. Like, we give more forgiveness to other people than we give to ourselves a lot of the time. We just do. And we really need to start, yeah, see, a long relationship with a narcissist will really tear you up. I was in one. I was in a very long relationship with a narcissist that ended over 3 years ago. And I still, you know, have to recover sometimes. It's like I notice it, right? But it's getting better. It's really getting better. Hey, Monica. Yeah, absolutely. I can put you on the list. Just let me know. Yeah. So we're on to Lisa. We are on to Lisa's reading. What questions do you have, Lisa? Yeah, no, narcissist is the worst. It's the worst, because it really, and you know, I grew up with great parents. I grew up with a very healthy self-esteem and self-worth and confidence. And, 8 years with a narcissist will shred you. Like, it will shred you. Like, even if you really a confident person, which I've always been, but it will just absolutely emaciate your self-esteem. It's unfreaking believable. And it is true, Lisa, totally. Empaths, narcissists, we're like a freaking magnet. Gotcha, Monica. Thank you, Sunny. So you're number 6. So we're going to do Lisa, then Cynthia, and then Monica. Gotcha. I could take like 2 more after this, Gwen, if people sign up. If they don't, then we'll wrap it up, like whenever it sort of slows down. But it kind of tends not to slow down. I usually just have to stop when I need to stop. Right. Exactly, Corianne. It's, you know, it's not your job to absorb their crap. And the other thing that helped me to sort of start distancing myself in my situation was to stop taking everything that they did so personally. That wasn't easy, but it was definitely necessary. Um, you know, I had to put myself more in that mind of the observer, you know, mind of the observer. I had to just sort of back off and say, you know what? I'm not going to take it too personal. I'm just going to observe. This is what they're doing. This is what they're putting out. This is how they're acting. I have a choice now. I can accept it or I can reject it, right? If I accept it and I keep being in this relationship, then that was my choice. And if I don't accept it, that's also my choice, right? And so it really, even though some people might say, though, that's sort of blaming yourself, it isn't really. It's not. It's just taking responsibility for what you can actually control, which is what your response is to their actions or their words. And so when I really started getting more into that observational sort of energy, and remembering that every time I had a bad time with him, I always had the choice. I could continue this or I could leave based on the information, which was, you know, his crap. His crap was the information. And it was sort of like, okay, yeah. And after enough time went by, and after I observed enough, you know, disturbing behavior and attitudes, I was like, I'm done. And I walked away, and I felt so much better. Let's see what we've got. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you, Phyllis. Yeah, reach out anytime. Just let me know. Absolutely. Dragon, messages from either my parents or both. If you don't pick any of that up, relocation. All right, let's look and see what we've got around that, Lisa. First, I'm going to get into messages from your parents, messages from your loved ones. I have some really good cards that I like to use for those, so I'm going to open those up. And interestingly enough, I have seen pictures of your parents because your mom and my mom are strikingly similar in their appearance. It's really actually wild. Me and Lisa had a really interesting experience on a live stream. What was it, a week or two ago? Oh my goodness. Like, our mothers look the same. It's really a little freaky. It was flipping everyone out in the chat. They were like, oh, y'all. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild, girl. I told my friend Natrina about it, and she's like, you know, Ariel, she's like, you know, like my family on my mom's side is related to Thomas Jefferson, and she's like, you know, there were Jefferson relations like all over the place in the Northeast, all up through there. And she was like, y'all might even have a common ancestry or something. Yeah, for real. There could be. Yeah. I could totally believe it. It's just like, yeah, there's something very unique there. All right, let's get some messages from them first. They will come through. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. It's, you know, anything is totally possible. And it's so funny because when I showed, I was hanging out with my friend Natrina, and she is a Libra dog, just like you, Libra born in the dog year. And and Sharon is a Pisces, and I'm an honorary Pisces. I'm a Capricorn, but my son's in the Pisces house. I'm a progressed Pisces. I'm Venus in Pisces. And it's just like you and her, like Sharon and Lisa, their dynamic is so much like me and my friend Natrina that it blew my mind. And I showed Natrina, I said, Natrina, look, I said, this is us in like 10 years. She was like, she watched the video and she's like, it is us. I was like, no. She's like, this is creepy. She's like, they even look a little like we do. And so she's like, we're seeing a preview of ourselves. It was hilarious. hilarious. It's like one of those movies where you see yourself in the future, you know? I know. Yeah, energetically, Lisa, totally. I do feel it. You know, things happen for the right reasons a lot of the time, and even if it's something that feels wrong in the moment, it sometimes can be for the right reason later. Like, for real, it's crazy how that works over time. So, Lisa, dear angels, please assist us in connecting with her ancestors and whatever messages they might like to be bringing through to her. Anything that they want to share with her from the spirit realm. Aww. Yes, totally. I'm just going to show this one on the bottom first because this one really hits me. Talk to us. We are still listening. I love that. Problems that have held you back are being cleared, and we are monitoring it. Be creative and look for ways to build, grow, and manifest. And focus your mind on what you really want. We are helping you. So I really feel like these are really beautiful messages, and they're all very similar. They're all very similar. Yeah, I love this little deck. It's called Messages from Heaven. Communication cards by Jackie Newcomb. They feel great. These I always use these to reach out. But I really feel like there's a real it's a real consistent message coming through these, because it really says that, like, old things are being cleared away, and it's really about getting focused and getting creative about what you want to build and grow and manifest. Focus on what you want. We're helping you to grow and manifest this stuff, right? And, you know, to me, it's like, just be in constant communication back and forth. I gotta say, I'm that way every day with my dad. At some point of the day, I always end up talking to him. I always do. And it feels totally like normal. It's not even strange. It's just like, hey, Dad, you know, it's just, he's there. And it's like, they're always going to be there for you, always going to be listening and tuning into what's happening. Let's see what our orbs card brings through from them. I'm just, as well, it's interesting. I was even feeling these kind of colors, like blues and greens, especially around your dad. I don't know what that is. Like, it was when I was shuffling the cards, it was like just a lot of colors of blue and green around him. I don't know, maybe he liked being in the water by the lake. It's kind of a lot of this, you know, a lot of that kind of picture. But there's that blue and green around him. He's got such a happy energy. Oh no, they never go away. If anything, they get more empowered. The thing that always gets me too about when people pass away is that all of the things that held them back from us, the limitations of the physical form, all of that goes away. And suddenly, like, I remember when my dad passed away, and I had this just wild awareness that suddenly, like, anything that was hard for him to understand about me, anything that I had been hurting about in my life that I had a hard time expressing, anything that I'd gone through in my relationships or anything in my life, he knew it all. And suddenly it was like I just felt this outpouring, like, of love and, you know, compassion. And it was just like now I know, Ariel, I know everything you were going through, and now I get it. You don't even have to explain, because now that I'm in this, you know, spiritual realm, it's like there's nothing to keep me back from understanding this. You know, there's no barrier. And it was just like, whew, you know, it's intense. That's how I really felt that, you know? That it was like, it changes the relationship from, you know, the limitations of what we can express through this physical vehicle with all of its ups and downs and all of its, you know, hopes and fears and all the things that we have, you know, anxieties and stuff. And it just, wow. So there is, it's a huge change. It's a huge change in the dynamic. And in some ways, it's just makes the relationship even more powerful. Makes it even more powerful. I'm feeling all kinds of things. Tapping into their energy, Lisa. I am feeling all kinds of things. It's like, it's such a good vibe. Like, they're awesome, like, spiritual people. Like, they have a good vibe. They do. Like, it's playful, laughter. I just get a lot of water energy, like aquariums, rivers, lakes. Something real bubbly, like bubbles in the water. Let me get some orbs on this. I like this little orbs deck too. Let's see what we got from this one. Aww. Wow, these are such cool, like these are real photographs, so I love these. Archangel Metatron and Angels of Love. So Metatron is probably really connected, and that is an angel of healing and divine design, right? Divine planning, sacred geometry. In the center, an angel of love, bringing healing to the dog. I love that. Oh my gosh, and you are the dog. You're born in the year of the dog. I just can't. I can't. That is the coolest thing. Angel of love, bringing healing to the dog. Oh my gosh. I feel like they're bringing healing to you, but if you need that. An angel of love with Archangel Jophiel, bringing wisdom, also fairies and angels. So there's like, yeah, there's like this whole like energy of angels of love, angels of, you know, compassion, Metatron coming in around them with them, really creating, yeah, all of it. Every one of these cards was angels of love. I mean, it's like love, love, love. Not all of these cards in this are angels of love, but this is like, boy, they really are expressing just an incredible amount of love and healing, and also divine, like divine structure coming through with Metatron. You know, I just can't get over that the center card was healing the dog. Because you're born in the Chinese lunar year of the dog. That's just like too much. It's like, wow. It's kind of mind-blowing. I tell ya. You know, and when you think about like the dog energy, dog spirit, and what that means, it's loyalty, it's guardianship, it's protection. And so I feel like, you know, they may be really working to heal anything within you that, you know, maybe you had your loyalty broken or betrayed or something, you know, or maybe someone wasn't as loyal as they should have been or something, you know, really healing that sense of trustworthiness. And also reminding you that you're very protected because the dog is the guardian. It's the guardian at the gate. That's why, like in Asian culture, you see the foo dogs, you know, placed at the gate, you know, as their symbol of protection. Wow. Fido, right? The name for Fido, one of the old original names for the dog was Fido. It comes from fidelity, loyalty, honorable spirit. Wow. Let's get some angels and ancestor cards on this. I feel like they're hugging me or something. Woo! They're really strong. They're strong. We got the trader spirit. Exchange energy to create abundance. So this is trading goods and services for what you need. Good energy coming through. These are all really strong. We got the shaman in the center. Trust in higher forces. They'll have the owl spirit there on the top. And we also have the medicine guardian here. Reminds me very much of Archangel Raphael with all the green and the healing Caduceus. So be open to healing information. So I do feel like there's something healing around you, or they're bringing in, you know, an energy of healing and healing guardianship for you. It's also really, there's a couple messages. I think one of them is very much about like your work and what you're manifesting, because that came in through the communication cards as well. It's like focus on your mind on what you really want, right? Get creative with what it is that you're, you know, working on or manifesting. So I really feel, you know, the trading is trading, like I said, goods and services for what you need. Whether it's trading, you know, goods back and forth, trading for money, whatever it is. And that shamanic energy, of course, you know, to me is that higher spiritual knowledge and awareness that you bring down to the earth through a tangible format. And through it all, I think there is a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing. On the bottom of the deck, I had the autumn card of releasing the old and rest. And, you know, autumn is your season. That's Libra season. It's the first month of autumn. That's actually what begins the autumn equinox, is the sun moving into Libra. So I feel like when your season comes around later this year, Lisa, I feel like you're really going to feel a lot more. Like you're going to feel like really strong. Like it's just going to strengthen you even more to like shove out whatever, you know, is needing to go. Thanks for sharing your parents' energy with us. Holy goodness. They're very loving. They are super, super, super loving. And they really do want you to talk to them. I mean, that's just, you know, coming through in a big, big old way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's when Libras get cranked up. That's when they get turned up, you know. So I am going to pull you a past, present, future in the tarot as well. Just see what you said might be coming up around relocation. For me, the messages coming in from your family felt a little more like messages of love, protection, and healing. Yeah. Oh, Nancy, yeah. See, that's our Pisces side. That gets us emotional, doesn't it? You know, it does. I definitely, yeah. Good grief, girl. Wow, relocation does seem possible in the future. Sure does. Past card is the Queen of Wands. Leo energy. To me, that's really embracing self-worth, greater creativity, getting more confident within yourself, gaining in confidence. So I feel like that's probably what you've been working over this, you know, this immediate past here, is really building up your confidence, building up your self-esteem, becoming more strong in presenting yourself, especially in the public, right? You know, I mean, that's how I met you, was through a very public format on your YouTube channel. And so to me, that's very much what that's about. Kind of using your magic too, because the Queen of Wands, she's got that little black cat sitting on her lap. You know, that's that magic. Yeah, exactly. She always got that kitty cat. Believing in yourself. Yeah. And taking some rest, right? Taking some rest as well. Just really giving yourself enough downtime to just recover from any of the chaos or the battles or things of life that you've gone through. Yeah. I feel like you've really been doing both. Both. A lot of rest, reflection, meditation, peaceful energy. But, you know, right in the present, here's what you got, is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Capricorn Queen with her little bunny rabbit. I like how the queens have pets. Well, at least the the Wands and the Pentacles definitely have pets. So I feel like, you know, right now, you may be working at building up, you know, your bank account, building up income, building up more foundation, more stability under yourself, trying to make good practical moves about how you proceed wherever it is that you go. It's having that sensible approach. Yeah. Well, the Queen of Pentacles, she has that bunny because rabbits, they're magic. Not only are they magic, but they tend to procreate. You can start out with 2 bunnies and have a whole lot of bunnies before. And that's what it is, right? It's that luck, it's that abundance, it's prosperity. That's why she's got that bunny, because it's like she knows how to make more going into the future. So I feel like right now, yeah, and this to me, it's yeah, this card came up in my own reading tonight. Yeah, 8 of Swords. I feel like this is the thing. And that's why, you know, that Queen of Wands has been a work in progress, is because this is about liberating yourself from limiting ideas and beliefs about who you are. And you might be really struggling with feeling like, can I really be this abundant, successful, prosperous businesswoman, right? You might be really vacillating back and forth between, heck yes, I can, and oh my God, what if I'm not enough? Or what if it doesn't work out? That's the 8 of Swords. You know, it's about getting stuck in those fears, like those worries. And again, a lack of self-confidence, a lack of self-belief in ourselves. And it is that thing, like nobody's coming to rescue you from your own mind. We have to step out of that. We have to be willing to back ourselves up against those swords and slice through those bonds and get out of that trap of our own thinking, because the swords are always our own thinking. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I think we all do. I think it's really normal, the inner critic, but for some more than others, sure, you know, and I think that that's a thing, you know, and you don't want your, you know, the Queen of Pentacles, right? It's like the only negative that could really happen is that she worries herself into a corner and never moves because she's procrastinating so much, because Capricorns can procrastinate a blue streak. They really can. You know, so it's really remembering not to get so worried about all the million things that could go wrong, and focus more on what you can handle right now, one day at a time. Going into the future, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a Jupiter ruled card. That's why I say I do feel like moving is very possible in your future, because this is like one of those ultimate cards of moving forward, coming out of stagnation, the good luck of Jupiter, you know, blessing on that. So I feel like, you know, I think you will come out of it. I think that you will move past it. It's just going to take a little bit of that heart to heart with yourself. Right, exactly. Fairly confident, yet the doubts creep in. That's exactly those cards. You know, but the Wheel of Fortune is positive changes, coming out of delays, stagnation. You might go through that for a little while, but I think that, you know, travel is very likely. You may just be doing some planning right now around, well, where is it I'd like to go? What kind of place would I like to be in? Yeah, and really seeing through clearly, because the 7 of Swords can be not seeing clearly, right? I would also, I mean, I don't know if I'd say this lightly. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like you might not want to be, you might not, you know, we might really want to lean on yourself for where you go or what you do. If you, I almost feel like if you depend on someone in the move or in a relocation, it might not turn out the way you want. That's the only thing that I would say about that, right? Because you might think, oh yeah, I'll get a roommate, or oh yeah, I'll get somebody here, and then something just isn't right about them, right? So I would just be kind of careful about that. It's, in a way, it's almost like you want to do it yourself. Oh my God, look what, as soon as I say that, yeah, this is something you do just for you. There's that Hermit. I almost get the feeling that it's like if other people got involved right away, it would be really upsetting. Like, there's a Tower. Wow. I also get a feeling too that when you move, you might get a really clear understanding of who your true friends are. Not sure what that's about, but I get a feeling about that too. Because you might get a feeling about like who your real friends are, who you can really trust. It's interesting. Who's been real and authentic with you versus, you know, who's been wearing a false mask, not moving to meet anyone, just need to change. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's very much favored. It's very much favored. Not that it's wrong to meet new people, not that it's wrong to not connect with friends and things, but I think in the initial moving, it needs to be your thing, because you've got that Hermit, you've got that Seven of Swords. It's kind of like, don't involve anyone that could potentially mess up your plans, right? Wow. Dream redirection, yes. So redream the situation. Yeah, replan, refocus, see things with new eyes, consider things that you may have not considered in the past. It also is a nice card because it says you've got wiggle room to adjust if you need to. But overall, coming from a really strong place there. I liked it. Yeah. All right. Next up was Cynthia Nino. She is next on the list. Exactly, Gwen, and it's a shame that we have to do that, but you know, there is a real thing about that. I learned that one a little while ago. I did. You know, that it's like, you can't always tell people your plans, or they just kind of crap all over them or make you second guess yourself, and this is just, no. There's also that weird jealousy thing that comes in sometimes. You're welcome, Lisa. Thank you again. Ah, yes, Cynthia. Yeah. Career reading. Mm-hmm. Let's do love. Let's see, I have a newer boyfriend, so let's see what comes up. All right. Sounds good. I will do you a love reading. Let's see what we got. Exactly. I sometimes really get that feeling, Francisco. I do tend to like do a lot of work in isolation too. I really do, especially with things like music or creative projects. I do. Yeah. I'm going to clear the cards a little bit too. Right, exactly. Unless it's somebody that's wanting to help you, somebody that's been a mentor, motivator, because they'll actually like support you. Right, exactly, Gwen. Ah, it's so wrong, but it's like there are just a lot of people that have just like their own dissatisfaction about life pours out into everything, and it's like, I don't need that. I don't need you putting toxic materials into my nice clean water. Yeah. Oh, sure. You're in good company here, Cynthia. You're in good company here. We were just talking about that earlier. Hey there, Gma5. Good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, understand. Understood. Understood, Gwen. Absolutely. Yes, we are, Francisco. This is our little support team. All right, dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, and our angelic love team, please let's see what we have for our Cynthia Nino in the chat. Let's see what's coming up for her around her and this new boyfriend in her life. Anything that she may need to know for her highest and best good. Please show us what you've got for her. Thank you so much. I like this. I like this card. The keyword that came out is opportunity. So I do feel it's a good opportunity going on. And on the bottom, the keyword is embracing. So it feels like a good opportunity from just those two right off the top. Let's get into some tarot around this for you. We'll start out with your energy. I'm just going to do like my basic love spread that I always do. Yeah, I definitely can tell, like, you've got a little bit of fears around things, right? There's that Five of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, I've pulled that for myself before when I'm doing relationship work for myself is Five of Pentacles, because, you know, that's that feeling of like you said, can I trust it? Am I going to be shut out at some point? You might still be kind of cutting yourself off just a little bit in anticipation of stuff like that, but that is kind of just your personal energy right now. Let's clarify this, please. You also have to be willing to kind of let people in, right? It's that feeling of you being willing to let people in and take your time, right? Take your time. King of Cups on top of this for you, Cynthia. So I do feel that part of that is because you're really still in that healing space. King of Cups is Cancer energy, and it's very strong. Like, it's about healing the heart, healing the mind, and wanting to make good decisions going forward with your emotional life. That's the big thing. Kings are always about those, you know, future plans, future strategies. And the King of Cups definitely wants to make good decisions with their love life. And they want to make sure that they can trust who they're around. You know, that's just your personal energy. So I'm going to look at his energy as well. Just kind of what's around him, what his stuff is. It's a youthful energy. So definitely, like you said, it's a new energy. It's a new start. Page of Wands is usually playful, childlike. On the negative side, he might be a little immature, but on the positive side, he might be somebody that really makes you laugh. Somebody that's very happy, kind of a little more upbeat. It's a spark of energy. It's a new energy. It's fresh. It's vital. It re-energizes things. So I feel like, you know, he's very focused as well on new beginnings, right? It's a new beginning kind of card. So let's get a clarifier on this Page of Wands. Wow, he really does want a new beginning. Yeah. Huge. Ace of Wands is big, passionate, brand new beginnings in life, starting over fresh, but like in a big way, like on the micro and the macro. Like, he is really focused, just in general life force. Is he a fire sign? I mean, this is like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. If he's not a fire sign, he's coming through very fiery, very fiery. Oh my goodness. So let's see your feelings towards him. How you feel towards this guy. Let's see what comes out in the cards around this. Yeah, I can totally see this yet again. I feel that you are in this place. There is that Hanged Man. So it's like, you haven't completely put one foot in or one foot out. You're on the fence just a little bit, right? There is that feeling like, you know, wait and see, wait and see. You might be on that limbo, right? Because the Hanged Man is that energy. And yeah, you may be as well, like still going through a process of releasing some old stuff. I do feel that, right? And so as a result, I don't think you've fully formed your total opinion or feelings about him just yet, right? You know, it's not that you don't like him, but I think you're also being very careful at the same time, which is okay. It's okay. It really is. Yeah, yeah. I just right now you're just completely like it's coming to the end of a difficult cycle, and I really feel like that is if there's anything that's coloring your opinion or your feelings about him right now, that's why, right? Because I really do feel like you've come through some real trials by fire, and you are still kind of in that like last vestiges of the recovery mode here. It's, you know, because the Ten of Wands is all about those difficult cycles coming full circle, burdensome cycles, things that have really weighed you down. It's like holding on, you know, it's like piling up those old burdens and just finally being done with it. So I do feel like in a way it's hard for you to feel as strong as you could, right? When when you aren't dealing with that. It's really strong. Yeah, because you've really come through some stuff. That's what I feel. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's good. Because I do feel like there's this, you know, he's coming in with like lots of ideas and strong, bright, passionate new energy, very vital, very fiery. Let's get going kind of feeling. Let's take some action. Let's move things forward. Let's see how he feels about you, what his emotions and feelings towards you are right now. He sees you as a good investment. Definitely. Good investment of time, energy, because the Page of Pentacles, and it does, he does feel like you're a new adventure. You're something that, hey, I want to spend a little more time with you. Because the Page of Pentacles has that coin of value that says, I've got some time and I've got a little money maybe to invest, and I'm looking for a good place to put it. And so I do feel that it's like, yeah, you have this sense that he's kind of like he wants to invest a little more in you. And it is still very fresh. 2 pages coming from his side on this already. Wow. Okay, Cynthia. Like, we'll just double that message. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Page of Pentacles, clarifying the Page of Pentacles. Doubling that energy up. So he definitely sees you as a good investment, someone that he really wants to continue on a journey with. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong right there. So let's get into the pros and the cons. I'm going to look at the positives and the challenges to see how you can work things out better as the future unfolds. Oh my goodness. Work is a thing. I mean, this is the positives coming out. It's the Ten of Wands. So it's really, I mean, you've got that in your own energetic field. So I almost feel like this is coming from you a little bit more. But I do feel like there's some kind of old burdensome cycles. And maybe the two of you really help each other put that down. That's what I would get out of that position there. Wow. Let's get a clarifier on Ten of Wands, please. Don't work too much, right? Don't work too much. Because that can be a thing. Yeah, you got to balance. Look at that. Yeah, this is in your positive position. So, you know, it's you need to balance between work and fun, right? And having that be an equal measure. Because the Six of Pentacles is equal reciprocal energy. But that also tells me, like, I feel like your energy is reciprocated between you. Like, I don't feel like it's out of balance. Even if you're going through a lot right now, Cynthia, even if you're still kind of working some things out, I feel like the balance between you is actually quite nice. It's not like you feel like only one person's doing all the work. So let's get the challenges. Let's take a peek at those. What may be any difficulties that need to be addressed? Yeah, again, I really feel like it's like you're it's an interesting balance here. Yeah. This is really interesting because I feel like both your positive stuff and also your potential downfall is work. Because I feel like, you know, with the challenge, this is a very positive card, the Ten of Pentacles, because it's grounded, balanced, stable, good working relationship, good home, good family life, good all of that, money in the bank, everything. But the only detrimental side of that is that it's all work and not enough play and not enough levity. And so it's sort of like that's the only downfall, is that I feel like you could get so involved in the work life that the relationship, the love life kind of gets pushed to the side. And so that's why, yet again, it's real important for y'all to balance that out. You gotta keep it light. Yeah, and it's that sort of like, don't let ambition run the show, because the Five of Swords can be that attitude, like winning at all cost, doing whatever it takes, and sometimes sacrificing the health of the relationship for it. So I really think that that in a way is the biggest barrier or the biggest blockage potentially. Let's get a suggested approach. Oh my gosh, my stomach just growled like loud. Yeah. Yeah, this, I think you already know, Cynthia, absolutely. Release, the Death card, transformation, strong Scorpio energy here on that card, endings that lead to new beginnings, releasing old situations that held you back, spiritual transformation. So I do feel, did you hear my stomach, Lisa? It's no joke when the dragon starts getting hungry. It's so true. All right, so let's get, you know, and I think that you already know that, Cynthia, that you're really working through some transformation, some release, you know, some major healing and regenerative work. Yeah, and that's fine. You know, it's like, take it one step at a time. Take it one step at a time. Oh, wow. And look at that. It is burrito time. I think, I don't know what I'm going to fix tonight. I'm actually not sure yet. 10 of Pentacles is on top of this, clarifying the suggested approach. So I do feel it's not wrong to work hard at things. It's not wrong to, like, you know, get business going, right? It's just keeping it in balance. But I love the 10 of Pentacles because I just feel like you're really working to restore and rebuild yourself from the inside out. This is really restoring your grounding sense and your balance personally. And still, yes, doing that recovery from major changes that you've experienced. So let's get an outcome. Let's get potential outcome on this. I always say potential outcomes, you know, because, you know, it's not like the end or that's the 100% say all be all on it. Yeah. It's a lowering of defenses, and I really feel that that's part of what slowly but surely is going to happen here. You know, because the 9 of Wands is so much about, you know, having fought a long battle, having gone through quite a lot, and you know, being kind of naturally defensive and protective of yourself as a result of that. If you had a really difficult relationship before this guy, like you said, your defenses are still kind of up from that. It's like, you know, because you get used to having to be defensive, and changing that mode takes effort and it takes time to come out of that. So give it some time, relax it. You know, this is a good read. It's just got a lot of energy, and there's a lot of wands. There's a lot of fire, and there's a lot of pentacles. Those are the two biggest things. A lot of earth and fire, right? You might even, I don't know, you might have to back off for a little bit too. There might need to be, like, you might get to a point where you say, I just need to take a back step. Not necessarily that you're going to leave the situation entirely, but I feel like the only thing that I see from him, because he does have so much fire, and that can be an impatient energy, is sometimes they might push a little too fast or a little too much for you, and that might make you back off. So, you know, you might have to kind of slow him down a little bit sometimes and kind of go, I need a minute, because you are going through some major healing and process still deep within. Yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of movement on this. Look at this. 7 and 8 of Wands on the bottom. That's a lot of wands. That's a lot of fire. It's forward movement, you know, but with that 7 and that 9 coming up, there's a lot of potential defensive energy, a self-protective energy, right? So yeah, there's a lot of good things in here, but there are some emotional challenges as well. And I feel like that's maybe coming a little bit more from you, which is totally fine. Like, you know, you might just need a little more time to really completely open up and really let those guard walls down. It's just going to take some time. Yeah. But overall, not bad. Overall, not bad at all. You got some really good cards, but you do have some stuff. Boy, that's some fiery reading. You're welcome, Cynthia. Let us know how it goes. Definitely let us know how it goes. All right, I think we got one more person in here, and that would be Monica. And I think because my stomach is talking to me, I should probably wrap it up with this one. So, so Gwen and Silver Star, if other people either sign up before we can stop them, or anything like that, just let them know. If they make a donation, I'll read for them the next live stream. Because I think I have a feeling I need to go eat something. Yeah, right. Yep. Yep, I totally see that, Cynthia. That is so funny. Okay, Monica, Sun, Cancer, Moon, Sag, Ascendant, Gemini, Great-Grandmother Blanche, or Granddad Ray may come through. Let's see. Sorry, let me get my chat back up. And just general reading, because there's a lot going on. All right. Let's do a little bit of both there, Monica. I'll pull some of the spiritual communication cards for you around your family members, and we can also do a Celtic Cross general, just to see what's coming up around you right now and see how to best handle it. Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me. I'll bring these out again. These are good. I love these. However it goes is fine with me. All right. All right, Monica. Let's see what we have got. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us what we have for our Monica here in the chat. Let's see what she's got going on. Any messages from her family members, passed on loved ones, anything that they want to share with her first. Let's see what we have in our communication cards. Oh, wow. Wow, interesting. These are cool. On the bottom, spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. I love that. Like, that's real encouragement right there. First card off the top is, we will assist you in helping the important people in your life. Use love. We also have, it's interesting, these really complement each other. Someone needs your support. Can you help them? We will guide you. So both of these cards coming through are all about helping somebody in need. Somebody needs your support, helping the important people in your life in a loving way, leaning on your ancestors and your guardians to help you do that. So yeah, if that's something that's going on in your life right now, they're really like pointing that out. And maybe it's somebody that you don't know yet. You know, if you don't already know them, there may be someone coming into your life that just really needs your support. I also like this one right here. Hold us in your heart, not in your house. It's okay to declutter. So, Monica, this may also be like that, you know, prompt to sort of do some feng shui and clear things out. Maybe getting rid of some things, letting some, you know, items go. But I think that that's really funny. Apparently you do too, because I see you laughing. Thank you so much, Gwen. Have a good night. Oh, yeah. But yeah, they may be saying it's time to just give some things away. Maybe it might even help some people, right? You know, like you could pass some things on to somebody else. It's really fascinating. Get this out. All right. Let's get a few orbs on this. I'm still blown away by Lisa's magical healing dog card. That just knocked me over. Ooh, yeah. There's a lot. I feel a lot of nature spirits around them for sure. Again, we've got Archangel Metatron, another Archangel Metatron coming through. And I feel like whenever we connect with ancestors, this is an angel that tends to come through. It really is, because this is divine planning, divine organization, very strong higher guidance. Archangels Rokiel and Sandalphon. I don't know as much about Rokiel, but Sandalphon is a very healing angel. Really, really good for heart healing and increasing compassion. And then we have the nature energy with angels of love, conducting angels with Hilarians, trainee guides, and fairies coming up. These are all really beautiful. And we have that spider web energy there, which really, again, connects back to divine order, divine sacred geometry and patterns. And on the bottom was the nature spirits. And that's, you know, I'm definitely feeling like that nature energy is like, get out into nature. Maybe sink your feet into the ground just a little bit. Might be important. And I'm also going to use your Angels and Ancestors Oracle. Let's see which ones come out of here for you. I am sensing, Monica, I am sensing like a little bit of a feeling of like either sadness. It feels like It could be like you missing them missing you a little bit. And maybe part of those, you know, that real like nature physical walk, like it could even be like they kind of miss elements of the physical world. They miss elements of that natural world and being in that tangible form a little bit at times. Wow. It's there is a little sadness. Just a little, not like heavy, but it's just, you know, a little bit of that wistful kind of nostalgia feeling. Nice, nice. So on top we've got the White Witch. You know, this is, of course, white being associated with light magic. And Wicca, you know, if you do rituals or spell work, things like that. And it's, again, very connected to the elements of nature, extremely so, with the keyword of be the light, right? Be the light. So we've got the Lord in the middle. That's like you know, the Lord and the lady, right? That's the masculine aspect of the lady. And take charge with authority. That feels a little bit King of Pentacles. It feels a little bit King of Pentacles or Emperor energy. Be willing to take the lead. You might really be called on to do some healing work. That's the feeling I'm getting as you go into the future. You might be really getting called on to do some healing work, Monica. And the summer card is coming up, the season of summer. You know, bask in the joy and the light, be the light. It's kind of interesting. I think this summer is actually a very empowering season for you. I think it has you really stepping into a position as a healer and also a position of authority. Oh yeah, very Aries energy. I'm seeing the Rams on here. Yeah, definitely some Emperor kind of energy. And on the bottom we have the warrior spirit. All right. So there it is. Be fearless, stand strong. There's definitely that Aries vibe coming up. Yeah. Stepping into some definite power coming through. That's pretty awesome. That's a good feeling. All right, let's get some tarot out for you. And we're just going to look at some general messages and see, like you said, you got a lot going on. Aw, thanks, Monica. Thank you. Let's see what we've got for you. Do a little bit of selenite. Let's tap these cards out. Nice and charged up. Is travel or movement part of what's going on? Because that is right at the center. Wow. Okay. Right in the middle, we have the Knight of Wands, and that is definitely a card of movement, a card of travel, passionately pursuing goals. Sometimes having somebody passionately pursue you can be. And sometimes you have to really decide if they're solid or stable, or if they're just a here today, gone tomorrow type of person. Yeah. Let's get a clarifier on top of this Knight of Wands, please. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, so are you maybe moving for a job, maybe moving for work? Because to me, that's a real combo there. Queen of Pentacles is definitely Capricorn energy. Definitely big Capricorn. And that is about work. That is about goals. That's wanting to make wise decisions with money, with finance. How long has that been going on? Because the only reason I caution it all with the Knight of Wands is sometimes the Knight of Wands is a little bit of that player energy, right? It's a little bit of that, like, They're fun, they're bold, they're exciting, but sometimes they run out just as quick as they ran in, right? With the Queen of Pentacles on top of it, that is a much more stabilizing force, but I'm not sure if that's you or if that's them, right? Because you could be coming through as that as well in this read. Especially if you're thinking about relocating or making a move that's based on work or income. So you tell me. You can tell me. In the past, we've got the Three of Pentacles. He's been around for a couple of years. Oh, wow. So he's really willing to travel. Have you actually met yet? Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, that's some world travel there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the past position is that Three of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been working hard and you've been doing, you know, a lot of things to try to build yourself up, build business up, and maybe working together with other people as well. That's a very strong card of community work and working together to bring good things to everyone. That is spicy. Yeah, this Eight of Swords has been coming up for a lot of us. This is in that past position. And so I really do feel that part of the work you've been doing as well is really working on your own self, working on your self-esteem, your self-confidence, belief in yourself, belief in the quality of your work, belief in your importance to the whole of an organization. All of that, yeah. Wow. So going into the future, this is a lot of Capricorn energy. You said you're Cancer, and Capricorn is the polarity of Cancer. But going into the immediate future, we do have the World card. That is, to me, big completions, big cycles coming full circle. A lot of old lessons being learned, karma being released, and really going to the next level. So I feel like something big. Something big is coming to an end and something new is coming to a beginning. That's how it feels in this immediate future. And you're going to have a lot of options. Like you said, there's a lot going on. I think the hardest decision that you're going to have to make is decisions, is really choosing from all the different things coming your way. Yeah. Because the Seven of Cups is like, oh my gosh, how am I going to choose? I got so many different things or places or stuff that I could pick from. And it's really about kind of, you got to do your research and make a choice. It's big choices. And Seven of Cups is also what you're focused on. We got two Seven of Cups coming up in here because to me, this is, and this could be, you could be feeling kind of overwhelmed emotionally or intellectually. You could be kind of procrastinating or overthinking things as well a little bit around this. It's important to get clarity on what you really want so that you can move forward. Oh, wow. Hey, Miss Mindful. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, we love you. We do. Oh. We're here to listen. We're definitely here to listen. Let us know what's going on, whatever you want to share, whatever we can do to help and be supportive. All right, Monica, let's get a clarifier on the Seven of Cups. I do feel like subconscious, that's, you know, that card coming up in your read twice, yeah, you could feel like, oh my God, how am I ever going to decide all this stuff? A lot coming at you at once. Queen of Wands. And yeah, to me, yet again, it does get into really doing what's right for you. Because the Queen of Wands is that Leo energy. It's real, like, it's very much about self-confidence. All of that kind of stuff. And so to me, it's like having the confidence to make the choices that you know you need to. And knowing that you'll do what's right for you. And really listen to what's right for you. Because that Leo energy of that Queen of Wands, she always listens to herself. And she always values herself very, very strongly. So I would say, if anything feels off, like listen to that. Don't just punch forward with something, even if it feels real funky, right? On the top, crowning the spread, is the Four of Wands. So Four of Wands is a very positive card of, you know, home, celebrations within the home, soulmate connections, twin flame connections, and feeling really good about it. I feel like, you know, a relocation could be very positive for you, you know, in the future. So let's get a clarifier on this one. And the Wheel of Fortune is moving things forward in that direction. Yeah, so this could be new home, relationship coming together, things moving out of stagnation. You might have also felt like it's almost like there's been a lot of hurry up and wait kind of energy in the past. And I kind of feel like once you start making these decisions and once you start like really deciding on what it is that you want and going forward on it, things are going to start moving a lot faster. And that in itself could feel overwhelming, right? Because you might have gotten so used to sort of like, yeah, things move ahead, but then they stall out, and then they move ahead, and then they stall. But then it's like, oh, they're moving. Oh, they're moving. Right? You know? Yeah. 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 So I'm going to pull some advice cards on this for you. Yeah, big transformations. I do feel like that is very much what's coming up. And it's kind of funny. This, in a way, gets back to that same card about decluttering a little bit, because this is that Tower card. It's Mars ruled card, which is all about action. And it really is about like getting rid of old crappy foundations, structures that could not stand anymore, things from your life that just needed to come down and be removed because they weren't made to last, right? And so many times, you know, those tower energies, they can feel upsetting because they are, you know, sometimes shocking, sometimes those powerful, unexpected revelations and breaking free of old systems or procrastination. So my feeling, because this is the suggested approach. Oh, thank you, Carmela. I appreciate that. Because that is the suggested approach, I would say to take an active role in dismantling anything that needs to be dismantled, right? So let's get a clarifier on this. Don't just wait around for it to come knocking on your door. You can go ahead and knock back. Right? And have courage. Yes, have courage about the restructuring of your life. That is so strong. And going into what you need to know, we do have the Two of Cups. You do have some cards here that are very positive for relationships. So I'm really thinking and hoping that this works out real well with this guy. And the Hierophant, like it could go all the way. He might propose marriage. He might propose something very solid, like let's move in together, let's get engaged, let's get married, something like that. Because the Hierophant to me is Taurus energy, and it's very committed, devoted. And the Two of Cups is very much about that falling in love, that love energy. Hopes and fears is the Queen of Swords, and I think in some ways you might be just a little afraid that you can't make the hard decisions that you need to make, right? Because the Queen of Swords is somebody that, you know, will really put her foot down if people aren't treating her right, and isn't afraid to be single if that's what it comes to either, right? So I feel like, you know, for you, you want to do the right thing in your relationship and in your life. And the only fear that you might have is that you won't be like strong enough or have enough force to, you know, put that foot down if you need to. Yeah, Four of Swords. So, you know, again, it's like take a rest, take a break. There's some things that you're going to need to take a back step from, if that makes sense. Don't be afraid to do it if you need to. Six of Wands, though, is our outcome card, which is absolutely a victorious, successful, triumphant card. I feel like no matter how this shakes out, you're going to be okay, because the Six of Wands is very positive. It really shows that, you know, things are going to turn out in the end. You know, you're going to have a recognized success, a recognized victory. It's such a nice card. Love that one. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, it's partly a success over heartaches, disappointments of the past. And even if this love relationship doesn't turn out the way you thought it would, or maybe there's something different or a little disappointing about it, I think it's still going to be okay. Like, I just, you know, it's like, yeah. I feel like no matter how it comes down, it's like you're going to make the right decision for yourself. Just don't get too caught up in only seeing things one way, or only, you know, one way that it can work out, and make good decisions from the heart, you know. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely making good decisions from the heart, because the Queen of Cups always honors herself first. You know, if you need to move it a little slower, that's okay, right? With this guy, right? I mean, it's just, that's how I feel about it. You know, and if you risk letting someone down or making them feel a little bit sad, like, you still have to do what's right for you. That's just, to me, it, you know. But overall, it feels good. It feels quite good. Yeah. But it does feel like there is a lot going on, and you are, you know, travel is in the mix, restructuring yourself is in the mix, tying up old loose ends, letting go of things from the past to go into a new future. It's all part of it. Seven of Cups on this twice. Yes, you have a lot of things to decide between. So I would try to simplify as much as possible. Simplify, declutter, you know, let go of things that maybe are overtaxing you. It's like, you know, just make that decision. It's like, can I let this go, or do I need to keep at it, right? You'll know what to do. You'll know what to do. You just got to take some time to really tune in with yourself. Interesting stuff. And yeah, the funny thing is, there may be somebody coming in that needs your love, assistance, support. But in a way, that's good, because it, you know, when that happens, it takes us out of ourselves a little bit. It helps us to be a little bit more extroverted rather than completely introverted. So let's get an affirmation on this for you. Whoa, okay, now this is interesting. I'm looking at both the top and the bottom. The first one is the breadcrumbs of bliss. Heed your pleasure principle, right? So it's like, do what makes you feel good and happy. And then on the bottom, like, these are both very food inducing. Divine drunkenness. Surrender to your spiritual reverie. So Monica, wow, I would say that no matter what, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you ecstatic. If it's not bringing you tons of joy and pleasure, like, walk away. Like, this is really saying, like, live at the maximum here. Woo! Absolutely. That's a good cap on that. You know, if you tend to live at the minimum or not give yourself enough pleasure or fun, I think it's time for you to do that, right? Think about, it's an interesting balance. There's part of this that's like, you may be working with and helping someone else, but I also get this feeling like you really need to be good, like super good to yourself too. It's like balancing the love of others with the love of yourself very, very strongly in this read. Kind of interesting. Yep, I liked it. Guys, I am starving. I saw your donation there, Carmela. I'm actually wrapped up for the night, but if that was meant to go towards a reading, I will put you first on the list for the next session that I do, for the next live stream. I will put you at the #1 slot. And if you're not here, we'll bump you to the next one, right? You know, so we'll get you in. I wish I could stay, but I am just like, I gotta go eat something soon. Let's see. The dragon corn. Thank you, Silver Star. Let's see what's going on with my Sweet Miss Mindful. Let me see what's going on. Initial test results. Lymph nodes with sugars. Oh, yeah. Is she, what's the, huh. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Ms. Mindful. Oh, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Carmela. I appreciate that, sweetheart. That's so very kind of you. Oh, Jules, yeah. I can definitely, like, understand that feeling because, like, anytime my mom isn't feeling great or has, like, a health concern, it's a bit of a trigger for me because of what happened with my dad. So it just makes you extra sensitive to, like, anything, even if it's not, you know, gonna turn into a big concern. It's still just like, oh, it rocks you. There's no way it can't. I'm just sorry that you're going through that. We need to talk soon. Talk and share. So thanks everyone so much who has been here tonight as well. You always make it great. And Moonchild made it, you know, hilarious and crazy and cake, you know, centered for a little while. I hope she is resting well, doing good. It was wonderful to have her back in here for a little while. It reminds me of old times. my little Aries power duo, her and Silver Star. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Definitely see you on Friday. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get food. I wish I had a cake now though. Okay, sounds good, Jules. I'll give you a jingle sometime over this next couple days. I'm gonna be crazy busy, but I will make time. Yeah. Oh, I'm just sorry. I know how that can bring stuff up. Yeah. All right, my darlings. Thank you so much for a wonderful evening as always. Look forward to another 2 years, another many years, as we go on this beautiful tarot adventure that we're all having here. Much love to Jules. Much love to Ms. Mindful. We will keep you in our thoughts, keep you in our focus of attention and energy. Absolutely. Take care, my darlings. Everyone who booked a reading tonight, thank you so much. That was Moonchild, Jason, Cynthia, and Monica. Thanks so much for allowing me into your spiritual space, because you have plenty of choices that you could have for a reader, and I'm grateful that you chose me. So have a wonderful evening, my little dragon family. I am going to go feed my dragon stomach so it stops growling. And I'll be seeing y'all soon. Take care.